Okay. I sent you the video of the week too.
It's long, huh?
It's long, yeah. I figure we can use it to buy time to get Tom on.
Gratitude. Just science. Science has, in many ways,
Is this new or is this the thing he did before?
It's something we did before, but we didn't do it as video of the week. I
No,
just
but
showed
he
you.
did it, right? We've done this. Okay.
more than likely.
I don't have to watch it.
Yeah, I showed it to you before. Yeah.
Okay. It's him talking about the lab, right?
Yeah, it's really funny. I shared it on. I shared it with you and I shared it on Facebook, but I never shared it on the show.
Yeah, no, that's a great one.
What you know about rolling down in the deep?
We've done this. Okay. It's him talking about the lab, right?
Yeah, it's really funny. I shared it on. I shared it
sent
with
you the
and I
news.
shared on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, but so can they, and that was a mistake. I'm trying to fix
Fine. That's fine. They like our little setups.
it. No, they not. Hey everybody, my name is Brian, that is Shane, and this is the Popcast. Welcome to Friday Night Pickle Party. And I gotta turn my light on because my light's not on. There we go.
It's not even Friday. Yeah, it's can we call this Friday morning pickle party?
Friday
maybe?
morning pickle party. Hey, we're all getting older,
For
so
us.
now it's a morning party.
Yeah, so you guys, so one of the reasons we are trying new times, so let us know. We'd love to hear back from you guys. What is the best time for you guys to be a part of this show? What is the best time for us to be live and for you guys to be watching? Also, the plan this week was to have Tom from Midnight's Edge on as our special guest, but the Friday Night Tights crew ended up moving their schedule to 10:30 this morning, which is weird because we made it a little early. We're like, okay, kill two birds with one stone. But they went ahead and made their time for Friday Night Tights at 10:30 this morning because Gary Nerdrotic is doing the IRL Timcast later on today, and that was kind of a big deal for him. So they moved it. Totally makes sense.
Yeah, so we actually moved it to earlier to avoid our friends, at Nerdrotic. We're like, all right, we don't want to, we don't even want to attempt to compete with our boys at Nerdrotic.
Right.
And so we're just gonna move it. Plus, we want to have Midnight's Edge on, and they're gonna be doing Friday Night Tights. So we're gonna move it to an earlier time, and we always want to move to an earlier time. This is a perfect opportunity to move the show and avoid Friday Night Tights. And then they moved Friday Night Tights to 10:30.
It was really weird, right? Because Tom was telling me, he's like, well, I really want to do it, but it can't compete with the Friday Night Tights show.
Right.
And so we're like, okay, well, this will kill two birds with one stone. And it just kind of, and then we also did something different this time. We put out the marketing for this early, remember?
Right.
So we could kind of let people know in advance. We thought, one of the reasons maybe we weren't getting great live numbers was because, we weren't getting it out fast enough or whatever,
Yeah. Still, no one got the notification. So.
Well, that's the thing is what's with the notifications? I mean, nobody visits our channel more than you and I, and yet I didn't get the notification with my personal account, which is kind of
It's weird.
Oh,
Jeremy Snyder's here. So 1 sec. I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay. Jeremy, your showing up made Brian leave. I don't know what that means. Seems kind of weird. But yeah. So we'll see what that's all about. We're doing not only will we have our live show going here, but eventually we'll take this over to the member section, and we've got Orville news, guys. We have so much news today. There are so many things to talk about. You guys will be shocked. I don't know what Brian's doing, but it doesn't look.
So listen, next week is going to be the week we unveil this. Jeremy Snyder, our boy, our friend, sent me a bottle of the spiciest pickles on the planet.
Okay.
The smell that is wafting off this bottle right now is honestly frightening, because it's itching my nose and it's like 3 feet away.
Well, he said he was going to send you something, so he did it.
Here's a preview, because next week,
yeah,
during the show,
okay.
I will be munching that entire bottle because it is my birthday.
Wow.
But
okay.
But today,
okay.
1 pickle.
You look like you're in a little bit of pain.
Oh,
What's it called?
Oh, it really sneaks up on you.
What's it called?
I just need 1 second.
All right, take your time. So, Jeremy, I don't know what you said. Obviously, you're beating out. I don't know how you're gonna and watch everything. Hey, you hit a button on the camera. Huh? You put. Oh my gosh, you okay there? Brian's like hitting all kinds of buttons and messing everything up back here. Thanks, Jeremy. Look at it. Jeremy says, don't hurt yourself. Too late. Would have nice to get some. Look at this. Look at some advanced warning. Can you fix the screen so that we don't look so weird? Can you hear me? Are you dead?
I'm back.
Okay, well, can you fix the screen because it looks weird? Thank you.
I
Oh, you
didn't
didn't want people to see you? Wait a sec. You do this whole thing where you like live up this whole thing, and then when you start having like a crazy
I had to.
moment,
I just needed a second.
yeah, but you need to leave the
Sec.
camera on while you had your second.
Ooh, it really sneaks up on you. No, I don't want this to be next Friday. I want this just to be a preview next Friday, and I was about to pass out. So next Friday, I will be more prepared for this.
Well, it's better video if you leave it on you while you're struggling and passing out.
So these are Carolina. Yeah, but not. That's for next Friday, bro. That was one pickle. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. That was one pickle. It still burns. It still burns. I had half a gallon of milk right now.
Okay.
It's a Carolina Reaper pickles. And if you've been a fan of the show for a while, then
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, it just won't go away. If you've been a fan of the show for a while, then you know that the reason it's called the Pickle Party is because we started the whole pickle trend of sending pickles in to save the Orville when they were up on the chopping block for season 2. And so we started a show. We named it Pickle Party because we're gonna be sending pickles out to save the Orville season 2. Jesus Christ, it's like never not going away. Now, what we did was we had a lot of people watching during that time. Then we took a long break because we were working on the primary channel. But Jeremy is one of the OGs. He remembers. And for my birthday, he sent me these Carolina Reaper pickles.
Nice.
And because he took the time to do that, I will eat them on the show. I will sit there and I will eat, I will just snack on them the whole show. And
Okay.
I'm hoping that at some point during the show, my brain just gets so numb to the pain that I stop feeling it.
All right. Well, you guys almost got to see it. Unfortunately, Brian.
That's next week, though. It's next week. Next Friday at 10 o'clock a.m. right here, Pacific Standard Time. We'll be doing our show, but during the show, I will be eating the Carolina Reaper pickles in honor of the return of the Pickle Party.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll be doing a show if you're eating pickles that are going to kill you the whole time.
Oh my God, it is so hot. It is crazy.
Yeah,
I
feel cheated. I'll be honest with you. I feel cheated right now.
I grabbed the smallest chip out of there, like the smallest piece. It was like the top of one of the pickles.
No, listen, I'm going to be honest. I feel cheated, bro. I ain't going to lie to you. I didn't get to see your torment.
No one should see it until next week, Shane. What do you not understand about that?
We all want to see you crying.
I wasn't prepared. I had to get up and I had to get some milk. I didn't expect it to be so bloody hot. And the crazy part is it starts off like just a normal pickle taste. In fact, the pickle taste was pretty nice. There's good crunch to it.
Smooth. Okay.
Yeah, it had like almost like a dill, but like a little bit of a like almost like cinnamon overtones. A good tasting pickle until right when you swallow it, you feel like this almost vinegar, almost like a menthol feel in the back of your neck. If you've ever smoked,
yeah,
you
no,
smoke
I know.
menthols, you feel that hit in the back of your throat. As it's entering my esophagus, I can feel that menthol hit, and I knew right then that something bad was coming, because then it just flooded into my mouth from my throat to the top of my mouth, and my entire mouth was just ablaze. There was no hot spots, like a whole mouth, like pretty much within seconds of swallowing it. It's crazy.
All right. And we'll get more of that, I guess, next week. So, guys, if you just got here, note we are currently working with Tom. I have a strong feeling Tom is not going to be here.
Hail, Tom.
FNT starts in about 15 minutes, and they're going for like 3.5 hours. So I doubt Tom will be on the show. We're going to leave it open, so in case for whatever reason he ducks in or he's able to come in and talk to us. Otherwise, we'll move Tom to next week, and apologize if all of you guys showed up to see him talk at Midnight's Edge. We will have him back on the show at a better time.
Yeah, hey, you know what? Worst case scenario, I don't have to make another thumbnail for next week.
I like how you take that positive for doing less work.
It's also, I just want to say hello to everybody here. Jeremy, Hiroshi, Kenneth, and we got question of
Why
question
you
of
saying that
Trek.
voice? Why are you saying that voice?
Why not?
Can I just do what you just do right now? Right, hold on a sec. It sounds funny. Kenneth, Jeremy, Kuroki. Go ahead. Do it
I
again.
didn't say karaoke.
Sorry, what did you say?
Karaoke is actually is the captain of Team Liquid playing at TI right now for Dota 2. I said Hiroshi. Hiroshi. On that note, I did promise the boys in Discord that I'd be streaming this. So let me just get that set up real quick.
Oh, you're streaming in Discord too?
I forgot that I said I was streaming in Discord.
Yeah, guys, if you're not in Discord, and a lot of you are that are here, Discord is a really great place, and we need to make it more. I feel like there's not enough communication going in there, and there's a lot of like links and stuff. We need to make it a more place where we can just chit chat about news and things happening. I mean, if you guys had been here yesterday, if we'd been able to chat up everything happening with the Orville, boy, are we going to talk about the Orville stuff. We're going to talk a little bit about the Orville during this portion of the live show. And then when we go to the member section, it's going to be, we're going to unleash everything that we know, even more now than we knew yesterday when we did the live show.
Right.
So it's going to be, we got a lot to talk about. There's a lot of things going on. Let me go through some of the things that we're going to talk about today.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about an amazing thing that happened this, they're actually cleaning up the trash in the ocean. Trash Island is beginning to be cleaned up, which is really great news for humanity. We're going to talk about the IATSE strike that could be going down on Monday. That could impact everything that we talk about, and it's definitely going to impact people working in Hollywood. Going to go into that a little bit. We're going to talk about a woke activist trying to bring down Clint Eastwood for something he said 48 years ago, the day I was born.
Why?
Or the year I was born.
I can't wait to get to that one. Like, why?
Yeah, that'll be fun.
So weird. Why Clint?
We're going to talk about DC Fandome event coming up in like 3 days, I believe. I think it's 18th.
Fandome,
which is a big deal for DC. It's like a big DC event, and I think it's when all of the new DC stuff is going to drop. We're going to talk about Expanse Season 6 being announced. We'll talk a little bit about the Star Trek Discovery Season 4 trailer, which shows us something that's changing. We're going to talk about the Scream. It's something we don't normally talk about a lot. We're going to talk about the Scream new movie trailer because it's really interesting. We're going to talk about Disney booty beads. I don't know if you can even say the other word. It seems like you should be able to say it.
You say booty bead? Oh.
Yeah. Can you say that word? If you say it,
you know what? Let's try it.
Let's say anal.
Anal
beads.
Anal.
Yes. Now, let's preface this and just say Emily Blunt and The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and anal beads. Yeah, there's a story about that. No joke.
You know what? That sounds like one of my favorite websites to visit. So
we're going to be talking about Antman 3's shocking cameo appearance that, frankly, nobody realized was going to be coming, and it's pretty cool.
Antman?
And we're going to be talking about.
Oh my God! I just realized I don't know any of these topics right now.
Oh my God, that's fantastic!
Oh, that is not fantastic.
So fun.
We were under the gun today trying to work stuff out.
Fun.
Oh my God, I don't even know what we're talking about.
You don't know any of this stuff?
Oh my God, look at this. Ant-Man shocking cameo, D&D, Vox Machina. What is that?
Fox? Yeah, so this whole, I don't know if any of us a fan of Dungeons and Dragons, but there's this whole thing where it's like taken off to the point where Amazon's doing a TV show about it.
Oh God, Amazon.
Okay, so yeah, we got to talk about it.
Amazon needs to slow their roll and just work on Stargate, okay? We don't need
I agree with that too.
You're working on Lord of the Rings. We don't need another. Okay, do what you gotta do. But
I
just don't want there to be so much investing in properties that may or may not work out when you know you have Stargate sitting right there, waiting for you for perfection.
It's a problem, no doubt. We're going to talk about how the Eternals movie coming up will redefine the MCU, according to Kevin Feige. And as we all know, when Kevin Feige speaks, we all listen. We're going to talk about The Matrix. Really? You're going to sneak those in now? Don't you dare turn that camera off. Leave it right where it's at. Okay? Yeah, we want to see you cry, babe. There you go.
I'm not gonna cry.
You cry. Big gator tears.
I'm not gonna cry.
You're number one. I'm not number one.
I can't even talk.
Hey, real quick,
I
before we finish this.
can't form thoughts when this is happening.
Okay, you sit there and slowly die off.
Oh my God, next week is going to be impossible. Where did I prompt?
It's going to be distracting is what it's going to be. We're going to have a moment where you like down.
Woo!
All right. Take a drink every time Brian cries, guys. We're going to be talking about The Matrix today, and some new information dropped about, we learned how Morpheus is different in this movie than he was in the original trilogy movies. So that's kind of cool. We're also going to be talking about the William Shatner space flight. That's there's quite a bit of information on that. Some of it's kind of sad. Some of it's good. It definitely had an impact on him that we got to talk about.
Oh, I got a video for that. Oh man, it's in this video I'm going to show you about this is infuriating. It's going to make
me infuriated.
It infuriated me. I wanted to reach to the screen and punch those people in the face.
I think you may have misunderstood like what that moment was.
Yeah, but they need to shut up and go celebrate. Okay, no, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. We'll show the video and talk about it. We're going to talk, of course, everything we know about the Orville. We have been. Talk to us more next week, and he hopes we are well. So
Yes.
Send a big shout out. I got to tell you, send a big shout out to Tom and everybody over there. This strike is a big deal. I mean, they're trying to edit season 3 and make this great for us while they got this strike at the same time. Hollywood, pay your people. Just pay your people. Whatever it takes. Production companies, studios, pay your people. And the last thing we're going to be talking about today is Dune being released a day early on HBO Max.
Oh,
Which has interesting ramifications, and I'm not sure why they do it. I'm starting to wonder if DC just hates
you mean Warner
movie
Brothers?
theaters. But before we get any further into it, bro,
You're talking about Warner Brothers, right?
What did I say, DC?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm getting everything confused.
Yeah, I'm actually okay with it only because that weekend was going to be hard for me to go to the theater.
So. Well, you're okay with it. Yeah, no. But let's talk about, what does this mean for the theaters? It's really a BS move. But here, let's talk about question of Trek said something I think important here. Said the problem with Discord, our Discord, is that it's not user friendly. And I agree with you.
I don't.
I don't feel like, well, Brian has like,
I live there though. I live there. So
yeah, you've got a computer brain. When you first look at it, it looks confusing. We almost need like a video walkthrough of it or something to kind of, but here's the thing is once you understand it, it's actually a really good Discord channel and everything is where it needs to be. You just need to know where to go.
Yeah, that's true.
I think I'm like you, question of Trek. I want to show up, sit in one channel and be able to do everything I want to do because I'm not technical, but you may need something a little more than that.
Yeah, man. Okay. So let's talk about this first topic because I am thoroughly fascinated by all these topics that you brought to the table here. That for the first time, I had zero input over what we were talking about today, and it's sort of exciting. All right.
You don't know anything.
I just hope that I don't react in a way that's poor and I end up getting crowded. You know what I mean?
Wait. What is crowded?
Oh, crowded is a new verb. It's for when you get removed from YouTube. He's gotten removed from YouTube so many times that it's now a word. The crowded. Yeah. Don't let YouTube crowder you.
Okay. Yes, let's talk about this. You want to announce the headline? So
yes, we are talking about the ocean trash pickup.
Oh, okay.
And that's all you wrote down. What a
smoldering thing. Oh, well, do you have the article up?
By the way,
see.
your camera is so horrible right now. It's
You know
crazy.
what's going on with my camera is I tried to cover up this window behind me, guys, but I could not get the darn thing to stay, and I've got to work on it.
All I can see is the window.
I frankly, here, let me do this. Let me do this.
Somehow, trying to cover it up made it even worse.
Look at this. Look at this. Here,
All right.
does this help? That didn't help.
No, it's
I
okay.
put more light on my face. I don't know what's going on. I got to fix my problem. Anyways, guys, I didn't get a tan. I'm just in a darker room.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, you actually do look like you just got back from Cabo or something.
It's getting, the sun is like getting brighter behind me. I don't know what's going on.
It's getting so bright.
Look at it. It looks like aliens are coming to pick.
Yeah, it looks like it's like Close Encounters of the Third Kind or something. I can't find that article, bro.
It's in the news section, and you might. There's a lot.
I found it. Okay,
got it.
All right. How about I do this article because I haven't read it yet, and you fix your camera.
I can't fix it. There's literally no way to fix it.
Turn your contrast up or down.
Okay, I'll
That'll
try
fix
it.
And in the meantime, I will do the show. Okay.
I really want to talk about this though, so don't leave me behind.
Okay, I won't leave you behind.
Okay, thanks. What?
Okay. Oh my God.
You like picked like a really hard story.
You
gotta kind of know it before you do it.
I picked the hardest
me-
story.
Look, I can't even see my own face. How am I supposed to know? You got to put it back on.
I'll fix you in a second. Okay, guys, we're talking about the half mile. You see it on facing Zoom, right?
No, it's like this little tiny thing. I can't even.
Oh
barely see
my
it.
God. Okay. All right.
Sorry. Make us. Oh no, I can make it bigger.
Okay, you worked it out. Guys, we're talking about a half mile installation that just took 20,000 pounds of plastic out of the Pacific. Proof that ocean garbage can be cleaned. I'm sorry, was that a question before? I don't know if we can clean up the trash in the ocean. Really? There's a floating island 3 miles long. It's not like it's hard to find, right?
It's bigger than that.
There's
the size of Texas.
There's an island the size of Texas in the
Yes.
ocean made of garbage. Where you had a hard time finding it? I don't understand what is the question here. Proof ocean garbage can be cleaned. It's the size of Texas. If I can charter a boat and start cleaning it myself with zero knowledge of science.
No,
Okay.
there was a problem. There was a problem.
What?
Like you could go and literally like stick a net in the water and pick up some, but the problem is that you're not doing anything, and you're actually putting so much more emission. You would be doing more damage to the environment by taking a boat out. How's my face now?
Oh my God, it looks so good.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I'm now deeply attracted to you again.
That's so uncomfortable. Okay. So there's so much trash out there that like if a ship were to like to pull up and stick a net in the water and pull some stuff out, the emissions like going into the air, the carbon, whatever footprint of that ship would be worse than how much trash it's pulling out at that moment. So it really didn't make sense. And it would take them like 100,000 years to get all the trash if you do it that way. Right. So what they did is they've been working on this thing for several years now. And honestly, they weren't sure if there was a good, effective way to do it. And they figured out that what they did is they got this device that rounds up the trash in the ocean.
Okay.
They were able to pull 20,000 pounds of trash from the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. 20,000 pounds.
I'm sorry.
Just imagine that.
I'm sorry. I'm going to let you go, but I have to ask this question one more time.
Do it.
Why do you need a special thing when it's just floating in the ocean?
Oh, well, let's do this then. Let's do this. How do you pick it up?
You drive up with a boat or float up with a boat.
Yep.
And you reach your hand out and you put it in the boat.
But it's the size of Texas.
So it's going to take a while.
How long would it take you to clean if you drove your car to Texas, sat on the border, picked up some trash with your hands and threw it in the back of the car? How long would it take you to clean the entire state
So
of
you're
Texas?
saying this somehow allowed them to do it faster?
Yes, faster.
Okay, but I also don't think
Unless-
okay, so you made a specialized. You could have made if it was really an actual concern for the majority of the people out there, which I don't feel like it is.
You don't think that this is a problem?
No, I think it's a major problem, but I think that most politicians just don't care that much.
Well, no, but that doesn't mean that this group, this ocean cleanup nonprofit organization, didn't want to do something about it.
Good for them. If we took the giant Texas floating plastic island as just 20% of the concern we gave the coof, if we gave that to this plastic island, then there would have been custom barges out there grinding up this plastic and pushing it back to recycling centers. It would have taken them, a year tops.
Well, okay, so I guess we can go into it. The problem is it's trash from multiple countries that nobody wants to take ownership for, and so countries aren't solving the problem. I mean, they do have quite a bit of money. They were given tens of millions of dollars in funding.
Oh, they got money.
Right. So they got money to do it.
Aren't some of these countries still adding to it though?
Well, constantly. Yeah. It continues.
Yeah, that's
in
not,
fact,
no,
you're 100% right. It says here that
so we're like using a children's bucket to try to bail out, this bathtub while someone's pouring in 5-gallon buckets. So I don't know.
Well, I think you're just not really understanding the thing. So let me try to tell the story, and then maybe you can.
I will shut my mouth for a while and let you do it,
and then come back with your questions because I think this is important.
Okay.
So they created this device they called the Jenny. I don't know why they called it the Jenny. It doesn't say why they called it the Jenny, but what it did basically is it uses ocean currents and their boat's wake essentially to push trash into this receptacle that traps the trash and then pushes the trash into a coastline. Okay. So that then the trash can be cleaned up. They were able to do 20,000 pounds of trash, right? And for the longest time, they felt like the goal was unattainable. But now it looks like they can remove 90% of the floating ocean plastic by 2040 at this rate. So 19 years, they can remove 90% of all the floating trash out there.
That's pretty good.
That would be great for us. And what they did is basically they installed this artificial floating coastline. So it's like in a floating coastline. It catches the plastic in its fold like a giant arm, then funnels the garbage into a woven funnel-shaped net that 2 vessels tow through the water, and so that it can be disposed of. In early August, the team launched it. We're able to do this. 1.8 trillion pieces of trash is out there.
Dude, I wonder what the recycling center is going to give you for that. Right?
Well, nothing, because the recycling center, if you want to get a whole thing about this, is like we tried to recycle plastics and things like that. They only pay you for bottles and cans. Like they won't pay you only if it's California redeemed. They won't pay you to recycle like your detergent bottles or other plastic things, containers. Yeah, you don't get nothing for that.
I mean, it's got to be a place you can sell reclaimed plastic to, though.
I mean, I guess maybe if you had it in a large enough quantity, but the fact is that they can get it. What's happening is the dumps and the places that take them in the United States right now, they can basically give nothing for it, and then they can make money selling it back to the companies that reuse the plastic.
That dump it right back in the ocean.
Yeah, so they don't feel the necessity to give it to us because we're already, used to be you had to get people to recycle, so you had to pay them. But now, since we have a container out in front of our house that comes every other week, people are already sticking recycling in there, so the dumps aren't motivated to give us money.
Yes, and I came to this camera for this reason. Ready? Okay. That's bull crap. That's bull crap. Look, I'm all about recycling. It's great, but the whole point of the incentive of like here's some change for your recycling was not to make money. I'm sure some people use that way, but part of it was to teach your kids that recycling was a good thing, was to get them in the habit of doing it. Now there's no habit. You throw your recycling outside. You know what I do? I'm the only one in my house that actually recycles because I just happen to separate them when I go take the garbage out. My kids are just throwing everything in the same bin. There's no change.
Well, in my house, we have 2 different containers, so the kids know.
Oh, lucky you, Mr. 1%er, with your 2 containers.
I mean, it's as simple as having 2 containers and telling your family.
I don't have space for 2 containers. I have 1 container.
All right, that's rough. I mean,
my recycling bin right now is like 99% Amazon boxes.
oh, 99.999%. I mean, I can't get rid of my cardboard. There's too much.
There used to be a place to recycle cardboard. I don't know if you remember this, but in California, I used to knew there was a place where I lived close by where like people would, their job would be to go to collect cardboard and like wood pallets from businesses that left them out and then go recycle them every day. Like there's people that made entire livings off that. Those places are gone because I actually stacked up all my cardboard from last Christmas and I had like this like 4-foot stack of cardboard. When to go recycle, the place is gone. They don't even exist.
Okay, that's true. You're right. It's gone now. And we actually tried to create a little business for my son. I'm like, listen, here's what we'll do. We'll go around collecting because I thought, okay, this is fantastic. Let's go around the neighborhood and have like a service where we charge them like $20 a month.
Right.
We collect all of their cardboard and then we turn that cardboard into the recycling center and make whatever money off of it. And then my son could have like his own business.
Right.
But when we went to the recycling center with our cardboard, they said, oh yeah, no, you pay us to get rid of the cardboard. Like we pay you? Like, yeah, you would pay you. So it just didn't work out. But to continue on with the story. So this thing called the Jenny, this team is saying that if they had 10 Jennies, then they could clean up half of the Great Pacific garbage patch in 5 years with 10 Jennies.
Really?
Okay. They could do that.
This thing doesn't seem like some super innovative invention though. I feel like we've seen this before.
Well, I think what's good about it is that they found something that would like actually grab the trash or the trash could be brought into it. It's the whole system with which, because it's not just, putting arms around the trash because you can't exactly tow that thing to like civilization. So then they have to put it in this netted thing. So it's like a process of collecting and trapping and then towing.
Okay.
So it's pretty complicated.
That's fair, but it seems like I've seen this before with like fishing. They have two smaller boats with the giant net,
No, it's true. There is that, and it's funny that there's a question because Kenneth LaRoque says, how do they avoid catching fish? The answer is that this is only top plastic, top trash, stuff that's floating at the very top. So the fish are generally not hanging out at the surface. So they probably don't catch any fish that way. But what there is some concern here. People are saying that they're concerned, and this really frustrates me. They're concerned that having ships out there to collect the trash is worse than the trash because of the carbon footprint of the ships. I mean, that is so ridiculous to me. Do you guys know
how many? It's the silliest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Do you know how many transport ships and do you know how many ships are out there in the water? There's so many ships. Do you think adding another 10 ships to get rid of all the trash in the ocean is worse than the trash?
I'm sorry. Who said that? They need to be shamed right now. Who said it?
Let me give
Point
you
me to their Twitter.
I don't know if anybody took ownership of it, but let's see who said it.
Oh my God. Have you seen that the flight map?
Oh, I got it. Well, hold on, wait, real quick. It's Miriam Goldstein, the director of ocean policy at the think tank Center for American Progress.
I'm sorry. You're paid for this, sir? You're paid, ma'am? Whatever. I don't care. Non-binary. You are paid for this? And you asked that question? Are you joking me right now? I'm sorry. Everybody take a look at this real quick. That's how many planes are flying over my state right now. All right, let's just back it up to the planet, everybody. Look, ready?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You're worried about 10 ships in the ocean and how it's going to offset the car. Shut up. Shut up. You shouldn't have a job.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
You shouldn't have a job. If your job was legitimately asking the question is if 10 ships in the ocean to clean up all the plastic? Is it worth it because of their emissions? Yet I'm looking at this map right now.
Yeah.
Then you are either stupid or virtue signaling. And I think it's the latter.
Wait. This person, this is hilarious. She has a job. She's the director of ocean policy at a think tank center, which the whole thing that a think tank does is they sit around and think of things to do.
Right.
So that's her, I mean, I'm sorry. How do you get that job?
I'm sorry. We have the wrong job. I want that job. Can I have that job?
Oh, yeah. So apparently even worse problem is that, and then they pointed out that how much is this going to help? Because half of the trash is already sunk to the bottom of the ocean. So the real problem is we have all this trash on the bottom of the ocean. Well, hey, message to you. If we can clean the stuff off the top of the ocean, it will not get to the bottom of the ocean. Like it will not eventually sink. And
this isn't rocket science, guys.
Honestly, it's not. So anyways, it's good news that we have that this technology has happened, because frankly speaking, I mean, I was been concerned, like, how big does this trash thing get? I think somebody over here, it was Hiroshi, said a new continent, Trashia. And honestly, I thought about that. I'm like, how long before it's as big as Australia?
No, yeah. How long before it's as big, as deep, and it's just another continent?
Yeah.
Oh wait, there's a sci-fi story here. In 800 years.
Wait, in 2146.
In 2146. Yeah, you guys, wait. Yeah, so you need to do it in your movie voice. I'll give you the premise, and you give me the trailer. Ready?
Okay.
In 400 years, people will have moved to Trashtopia. Okay?
Trashia.
I'm sorry, Trashia, because everywhere else on the planet is either it's not habitable because of pollution or climate change, or it's watched by the government to the point where you can't even sneeze without getting fined.
Okay.
So people have moved to Trashopia, and they're starting a whole. I'm sorry, what?
Trashia. Yeah.
Okay, Trashia, and they rename it Trashtopia. God damn it, that's a better name.
All right.
They go to Trashia and rename it Trashtopia, and it becomes the new bastion of utopian values.
Okay. In the year 2421, one man or one woman go to Trashia because America is a dystopia of what used to be its values. And they go to Trashia, where they learn they're still being watched by Big Brother. How's that?
Because America is already trash.
Because America is trash.
It's trashier than Trash Island.
Anyways, I think we've gotten our mileage out of that.
Hey, real quick. I just looked it up. Right now, in the ocean right now, there are 50,732 active ships in the ocean right now.
What?
50,732 active ships in the ocean right now.
Okay, so 10 more. Oh, I'm sorry. This shouldn't even be reported. That's terrible.
What a stupid thing to say. It's like you're being contrarian for the purpose of like validating your reason for your job. Is that what you're doing? Like, oh, I need to.
Yeah. Well, she's got to say something.
There's got to be a reason for why I'm paid. Let me throw this thing on. Most people aren't going to understand. They're going to be like, oh, that's a good point. Well, I'm here to tell you it's not a good point. I'm not a professional, and I'm not paid to say that.
Wait, what if she was just like, oh, that's a really good idea. Yeah, let's do that. I mean, I guess then she doesn't have a job anymore.
Yeah, there's no job.
Yeah.
If it's like, oh, okay. Why are you here?
Right.
All right. You see, by the way, my light went out, and while Shane was talking about that story, I decided to plug my batteries in so that I would have my light for the second half of the show. And I got to remember next week to charge my batteries before the show. So.
Oh, I see.
We got some real quick. There's a couple of comments, and we'll move on before we move on to the next thing. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Question on track. Wow. I meant Discord in general. Okay. Fair enough. He wasn't talking about our channel.
Oh, it's funny. I just like outed our channel because I'm like, yeah. It's not good. You're right.
Our channel does suck. Kenneth Rogue said it's flat. I think he's talking about the Earth. I don't
The
know. Hiroshi says we have a new comment. Yeah, Trashia. Hiroshi, tell me what you think about Trashtopia instead. I'm just saying.
Well, isn't that a cartoon
I don't think so.
from Disney? No,
I don't think so.
I
A
know.
small boat wouldn't work well. How do they avoid catching fish? Okay, we got there. Then David Nonia said, "You guys know nothing about climate change. It's a hoax." Welcome to the Popcast, David. I don't know. I'm not. By the way, I don't know anything about climate change. I don't know if it's being politicized or if it's not. I don't know. All I'm saying is that there is 100% a giant Texas-sized continent of trash in the ocean. So let's say climate change is a hoax and it's not happening. Let's say the polar bears are fine. Okay, if that's the case, fine, great. But there's still a Texas-sized island of trash in the ocean.
Right.
I don't understand. Those two things are not mutually exclusive. Like, climate change can completely be BS, and I wouldn't know. Okay, it can be nonsense, and we're overblowing it, and it's politicized, and people are buying carbon credits or whatever. By the way, companies shouldn't be able to buy carbon credits. That's stupid. But it can all be nonsense. But there is 100% factual. With your eyes, you can see this. A state-sized, Texas-sized continent of trash floating in the ocean. And I don't know what that means for the ocean, but I'm pretty sure it can't be good. Right? It can't be good.
Can't be good.
And when we get 2/3 of our food from the ocean, I'm pretty sure it should be cleaned up because 2/3 of the planet rely on the ocean to eat.
Yeah, we dumped so much trash into the ocean when I was in the Navy. It was unsettling to us on the trash. But that was
right.
Once you get outside of 10 miles, you can dump anything basically. And in fact, we had this huge problem. We were off the coast of Australia, dumping trash. And there's certain trash that is recycled on these ships now. It used to be really bad. They threw everything overboard. Now it's certain trash that is decomposable apparently, but the bags that also decompose that were thrown over ended up on shore in Australia, and essentially they knew that it came from our ship, and it ended up being this huge public affairs nightmare that I ended up dealing with actually, and had to
this is how he dealt with it. He walks out there and goes, "Everybody, this is on. We don't care. Thank you, no comment." And then he walks away.
If that's what people thought, you definitely couldn't say that. That's
Imagine if Shane just goes out there, he just pulls his pants down. He goes, "These are my nuts."
Whoa.
Everybody, look. These are my nuts.
I think I would have been fired.
Thank you, no comment.
Yeah. Although if your dungarees are really tight in the Navy, they do show. So
Morochi says Trashtopia sounds great. Thank you, Hiroshi, for allowing me that name change. Also, David said we should focus on plastic, not man-made. Okay, I mean, hey, man, that's fine. And he said 100% agree with the plastic, but we were focusing on stuff that makes politicians rich. 100%, that's true.
Yeah, true.
And it's completely possible that, and I'm not saying one way or the other because I don't want to get crowded here, but it's completely possible that climate change, maybe climate change is natural, and maybe it's been politicized to the point where rich people are getting rich off of it instead of actually doing any good. I could totally see that being a thing. But the plastic island is a problem, I think. So,
yeah.
All right. Let's move on.
Please, because holy cow, we do a whole show about this.
Yeah, apparently we could.
Who wants to talk for 3 hours about Trash Island?
Yeah.
Trashopia. Well, Brian eats hot pickles.
We're talking about William Shit. No, we're not. We're talking about. No, I'm sorry. Hold up. I'm getting there, bro. Give me a second.
Like ready for the next one. You're like giving me panic.
Dude, these fucking. I'm sorry. Oh my god, I can't.
What is with your mouth?
I'm so sorry.
Wow.
These freaking pickles. I am so sorry. Jesus. I'm sorry about that. I'm very sorry. I did not mean to curse. These freaking pickles have my endorphins just like moving right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, dude, you're like animated, bro.
We are talking about Oh, I'm so sorry I cursed.
Can we get an old school pickle
YouTube,
dance?
please don't ban me. All right, we're talking about IATSE. God, really, bro? You couldn't spell this out for me?
I mean, I can. It's the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, can you just? I don't even know what this is. Oh, this is that thing we were talking about with Robert Meyer Burnett, right?
Yeah. This is a big deal. This affects 60,000 employees of Hollywood. So basically, what's happening is, if you guys aren't aware of it, we are in danger of a strike, which would essentially shut down Hollywood productions and everything that's being produced right now. The union representing film and television crews says its 60,000 members will begin a nationwide strike on Monday if it does not reach a deal that satisfies demands for fair and safe working conditions. The strike would bring a halt to filming on a whole bunch of film and television productions and extend well beyond Hollywood, affecting productions in Georgia, New Mexico, and other North American shoots. The IATSE International President Matthew Loeb said Wednesday that the strike would begin at midnight Monday. So 12:01 a.m. Monday.
Our time, right? PST?
I'm assuming it's probably coming from here. So unless an agreement is reached on rest and meal periods and pay for its lowest paid workers.
Dude, that is why, I'm sorry, just to interject here.
Yeah.
That's why the Orville crew is working around the clock right now.
Trying to get as much done in advance. I agree.
Before the strike. That's crazy.
They're trying to get it done because they're going to, I mean, their solidarity, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. You know what's nuts? That's how much of a straight G Tom Constantino is.
Right.
He's like, I'm going to support my boys, but I also have to get this done.
Right. Because eventually the strike will end and eventually these people are going to get supported properly. I mean, think about it. How do you ask somebody to work for 16 hours and then be back on set like 8 hours later? They didn't get a chance to even, you know, and because these production companies, Robert Meyer Burnett explained it best, but because these production companies are under the gun to get their shows and their movies done in a certain amount of time, they only have so many days. So they basically go on set and then they're working like 16, 18, 20 hours a day.
Yeah.
And so they're doing this day after day after day.
That sounds a whole lot like what you make me do.
Yeah. I mean, I need you to work all the time. Don't sleep.
Yeah. Shane,
you know,
it's ironic that Shane says this because I'll be editing for 48 hours and we'll be done, right? The video goes up. I barely get it done. I'm exhausted. I'm like, okay, Shane, I'm going to sleep. 2 hours later, I'm getting a call. And listen, I will always answer Shane's calls.
He does.
Always.
He always answers.
I'll answer in the middle of coitus with my wife because if Shane's calling me, it's important. And I get that. But after 2 hours, I'm like, yo, what the hell do you want? Right?
You almost dropped the F-bomb again right there.
I know.
Dude.
What's wrong with me? And he's like, he'll be like, yeah, we got to modify the thumbnail. And I'm like, yo, what? Are you kidding me? He's like, yeah, but need to change the thumbnail. I forgot this word. I'm like, no. And I get all mad. And I get up. I'm like, what? Okay, what do you need to do? Then 2 hours later, I'm done. I'm like, okay, yeah, looks good, man. Thanks. All right, going back to bed.
And then when you wake up 12 hours later, you're like, thank God we changed that thumbnail.
Thank God we changed the thumbnail. The thumbnail yesterday, I misspelled Orville.
That's right.
How do you even do that?
Well, you're.
Thank you for the interjection.
Yes, no, it was a good interjection. So what's important here is that these people are asking for just something reasonable. Let them have 12 hours in between showing back up to the set. Let them have 12 hours. Let them go eat. Let them go to sleep. Let them spend a little time with their family. So if they'll work 12 hours, but let them have 12 hours off, right?
Yeah, that seems reasonable to me.
It's reasonable. Let them actually eat food when they're working.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's reasonable.
I mean, listen, they're eating. Everybody's like, I got to eat and work. I mean, we do it constantly. Look at this. My Quest bar is sitting right next to me because
I almost reached over and grabbed another pickle before I realized what I was doing. Jesus, this is
Don't do
like
that.
this is like toxic. I shouldn't be on my desk.
By the way, this caramel chocolate crunch Quest bar is really good.
Yep, I got a whole dozen of those things from Amazon.
Kind of expensive.
Yo,
though.
$27? That's like
Yeah.
$3 a bar.
I mean, they got me because the sugar content is so low.
Yeah, dude, it's 3 net carbs, bro.
Yeah, I'm really Anyways, I don't know where I'm going. Back to the people here. So yeah, they have things. They need to be able to actually sit down and eat a meal. They need to get paid. Their lowest paid employees are working like minimum wage, and they're working all these hours. And I don't even know if they're paying them overtime. I doubt it.
I feel like, are you sure we're not a part of this organization? Because all that sounds like the way we work.
We don't make minimum wage, bro.
I mean, if you added up the hours we work and how much we make,
Right.
we make less than minimum wage. Actually, you're right. My bad.
Oh, it's true. No, I mean, listen, we work about 80 hours a week.
Easily, yeah.
At least 80 hours. We work 16 hours a day, probably 6 days a week.
Right.
Realistically. So what is that? Now you got me curious.
Let's look up how depressing.
Now we're going to feel sorry for ourselves.
No, here we go.
16 times what? Times 7.
96 hours.
No, it's 112 hours.
No,
Wait.
I mean, I don't work, but yeah, but I don't work on Sundays.
You're right. I don't always either. 96 hours a week we work, and we know how much we make. So we probably make about $5 an hour, but we do what we got to do. We do what we got to do. Wait, let me see if we even make $5 an hour. 96 times 5.
We make about $5. We make about $7 an hour.
I would say about 6. Yeah, probably $5-6 an hour.
Yeah, like 6
Now
something.
you guys know. So listen, if you're not members, go be members and help us pay for this dang thing. And also give a thumbs up if you're here so we can try to
hit the thumbs up, bro. We're hungry.
I went from feeling bad for the people going on strike.
Hey, you know what? They're making pretty good money. Why are we here?
Maybe we should go.
We gotta go.
But in all seriousness, Loeb says, this is Matthew Loeb, said that, look, we can sit here and talk about this back and forth forever, but it needs an end date. Without an end date, we'll just keep talking forever. Our members deserve to have their basic needs addressed now. And that's why they set Monday as the deadline. So there's still a few days left to reach some sort of agreement. I feel like it would be in the studio's best interest.
No, there's a few hours left, bro.
What's that?
There's a few hours left. Like that, they're not gonna do anything after today.
They might be at the table. I mean, it could be serious enough where they're working on it all weekend, you know?
That's fair.
I mean, people that, the head honchos, they're like us, dude. They don't got 8-hour work days. They work as much as they need to.
That's true.
So we'll see what happens, but come Monday, we could see a halt, and, it would be sad to get delays. I think they're doing this. It's really good because somebody pointed out in the comments that Atheists for the Cause, thank you for this comment. COVID has given them more leverage than they have ever had. So the timing makes sense. It's true, because COVID, we had all these delays. Now everybody's like, yes, we're starting to get productions again. Everybody's excited about entertainment coming back. Imagine a strike putting another nail in that coffin, right?
Right.
That would not be good.
No.
So it would behoove the studio to come forward and fix this if they can, which they should be able to, instead of going into another lull, right?
Right.
And that's what we're looking at.
All right, man.
So we're with you guys. If you're watching us,
good luck, boys. Good luck, Tom.
Boys and girls, yes. And
that was a general statement. Yes, good luck, folks.
Well, there are so many wonderful, guys and gals over at the Orville. I just want to make sure they feel like, Brooke, we're talking to you.
Yeah, Brooke is a hell of a person.
And others.
I'm gonna fix my camera.
So yeah, that's that one.
That's not good.
What do we talk about? Oh, we're going to talk about Clint Eastwood next. Hey, what do you guys think about that?
That's better.
Are those Quest bars good? Listen, Atheist, they are so good.
Oh my God. For the first time ever, I focused my camera. I didn't realize it was out of focus this whole time.
I feel like I'm eating a Snickers bar. Now, it could be that I've been out of sugar for so long that these Quest bars are like knocking my socks off or something.
Right.
So maybe if you're like chomping on Hershey's Kisses and then you go to a Quest bar, you're going to be like, no, this is no good.
Right.
So
Yeah, the thing I gotta say about the fake sugar thing is, if that's all you eat, like if all you eat is like monk fruit, ethitrol and like candy or sweets that are made with this like sugar alcohol,
Yeah.
you get used to it to the point where it just tastes like regular sugar to you. There's no aftertaste. There's no nothing, and there's so little aftertaste in the beginning that it's a very easy transition,
Yeah.
and your body gets used to it where you're not constantly going to the bathroom every 5 minutes.
Right.
But nothing will ever beat the real thing. However, the real thing is legitimately poison. So
It is. Sugar is poison. It causes inflammation and it's going to kill you. So try not to eat it.
yeah, no, yeah. I'm just saying a quick little interjection here, because this is actually a topic I'm really concerned about.
Could we get could like all the sugar companies like come down on us and just crush us right now?
Apparently, I mean, they can crowder us, I guess. But here, guys, here's the deal. We were never meant to eat pure sugar. That was, our biology was not designed or evolved, or however you believe, to eat pure sugar. Sugar was was always surrounded by fiber, right? So like when you have an apple or an orange or whatever, it's surrounded by fiber. And what is fiber, Shane?
Fiber is
The antidote to sugar.
It is, yeah.
So fiber,
Which
the way
is
it works
why-
in your body is it helps you process sugar. Now,
Which
when you
is why
take
fruit is good.
right, and vegetables. Well, when you take the sugar out and remove the antidote, all you leave behind is the toxic. What's left is the toxic sugar. That's what sugar is.
Yeah, that poison tastes good though.
It does taste so good. Oh my god.
That's why they put it in everything. You've ever heard of like the sugar, what they call it? The sugar level or the sugar high? Like when they make food, they just keep adding sugar till they get to this special moment.
Oh
where the
yeah,
food
it's where
tastes
it's perfectly balanced against the sodium. You know what's
Yeah.
weird? I don't know. Okay, so salt, when it comes to taste, salt counteracts sugar, and sugar counteracts salt, right?
Yeah.
And acid counteracts both, like lemon and stuff like that, citrus. Now, why is it that you go, okay, we've added a bunch of sugar to this drink. It's too sweet. Let's add salt. We've added a lot of salt. Let's add sugar. Hey, why don't you stop adding ingredients? I don't understand. At what point you go, it's too sweet, remove some sugar. Why are you adding more? Just adding salt to counterbalance the taste, because they want you to be addicted
Yeah.
to the
that's why.
sugar. That's why.
Yeah. And I mean, when you think about what soda really is, it's water with a whole lot of sugar added to it and coloring.
Oh yeah, a lot. Like I saw that one YouTube video where the guy he dehydrated Coca-Cola to the point where it was just the syrup, and then he took that and dehydrated that until it was just like the crystal that was left.
Yeah.
And he compared that crystal, what was left, which is all basically just sugar and salt. Almost half the can is sugar and salt by comparison. If you could take like your sugar shaker, you can fill up, nearly a third of the can with sugar, and that's how much sugar is in that can of salt. And if you really consider that, would you take sugar and eat that much sugar in one sitting?
Oh, of course not.
Of course not. But when I was really big, when I was like 400 pounds, I was drinking like a 12-pack easily a day.
Mm.
And I would never even consider sitting there and eating that much sugar in one can, but I would have 12 of those a day, which is
Yeah. I would suggest like if you're really like have a soda problem, switch over to this drink called Spindrift. It's a carbonated water, because a lot of times what people really like about soda, you wouldn't drink sugar water. The reason we like it is because it's cold and it's carbonated.
yeah, it's or the greatest invention of all time is Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar.
I was just going to go into that. So I was just
sorry.
going to No, you're right. Because here's the thing is Dr. Pepper Zero. Okay. So drink that water mostly like when you need that carbonation kick,
Right.
but then when you need the sweetness, like the real sweetness, because Spindrift has a touch of sugar in it,
Just a little bit.
but just a little bit. But then you go to the zeros, which the zeros, by the way, I know that there's chemicals in it that do concern me. So don't drink a lot of them. But if you need that sweet kick, I'll grab a Pepsi Zero. Can't find Mountain Dew Zero. Tastes really good. Tastes like
I found it. I found Mountain Dew Zero.
Where did you find it at? Because
Faith, the girl that helps that's the shop, literally brought me a 12-pack of Mountain Dew Zero, and I brought you one too. So next time I see you, Next time I see you, you're going home with your very own 12-pack of Mountain Dew Zero, and it was hard to find. So
dude,
she found it, and she told me where she was finding it. It was at Whole Foods somewhere or something.
Yeah, I've been looking everywhere for it, and it's going to have a problem because basically they're having supply chain issues. So if you like the zero stuff, and Dr. Pepper Zero is really good too. They're all good. So, but just drink like one a day max, because there is that can cause cancer, phenylethylamine, whatever they are.
I do have like at least 4 of those a day.
Okay, well, yeah.
I have like 3 of these a day too, which I'm pretty sure is really bad for you.
Probably going to kill you. Yeah.
But oh my God, they're so.
But not until we do shows for 20 more years. So we're good. All right, let's move on, huh?
Especially if it gives you a better show, right, boys? What's taking 10 years off my life? No big deal. All right.
Oh.
Let me introduce this one real quick because
yeah, go for it.
Because this one was it definitely awoke the fire in me. Woke activists try to bring down Clint Eastwood. They try and fail to cancel Hollywood legend Clint Eastwood for decades-old Academy Award quip from 1973. What?
From here I was born. Yes.
What?
That's how.
Are you joking?
That statement's as old as I am.
Okay.
What's interesting is really this should say woke activist. So a little bit of shame on Fox News here for spinning this up to make it seem like it's bigger than it is, because it's not. It's one guy. But basically in 1970,
that's sort of what Fox News and CNN does, bro.
They all do that.
Don't remember, Joe Rogan was taking a horse dewormer. Don't forget that. They literally said that for a week straight.
Oh, they hammered it, man.
And then he wasn't, clearly. He was given his medication by a doctor. And when he rebuffed them finally, they were like, we never said that. What are you talking about? There's a week of footage of you saying that. No, we never said that. We just said it was dewormer. Like, no, you said he's taking this medication, which is most commonly used as a horse dewormer. No. That's not what that means. You are purposely putting those two things together to tell people a fake story. Yeah. That's what you're doing.
Yeah. Or they're trying to make somebody look bad. That's what
a version of that medication is used in horse dewormer. Guess what, guys? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. There's aspirin in animal medications too. So when you take an aspirin, are you taking a cat anal medication? Of course not.
I'm going to think about that though next time.
But of course not. There are aspirin. There's many things that humans take that are in animal medications as well. Okay, guys? So to put those two things together to purposely paint Joe Rogan as some insane person is not only, reckless and wrong, but it's dangerous because now regular people who might not be 100%, they're like, oh, well, Joe Rogan's taking, he got better. Let me go get some horse dewormer. And they're taking the wrong stuff and they can get hurt. So it's dangerous for you.
Yeah. Well, what's sad is Joe Rogan's a center leftist.
He's one of them.
He's center left. And because he disagreed with some vaccine stuff, they're attacking him. That's what it is.
Look, you guys, he took a human medication prescribed by a doctor that won the Nobel Prize.
Yes, the doctor. Yes, the doctor.
The doctor won not the doctor. The medication won a Nobel Prize, right? The doctor who invented the medication won a Nobel Prize, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Whatever. Either way, it's human medication. That's what's important here. So saying that it's a horse dewormer, it's libelous, it's slanderous, it's reckless, but it's dangerous to the people out there who aren't too bright. They're like, oh, he got better. Let me go grab some, ivermectin horse dewormer. Or, by the way, they sell ivermectin at the pet store for lizards who have parasites.
Don't take that.
Don't take that. I have some. I got it for my guinea pig.
Oh man, I did a double ticker now when you said I got some. And I'm like,
no. I bought some a year ago because my guinea pig had like mites or something, right?
Yeah.
And that's what they use for guinea pigs too. So they also have it for guinea pigs and for whatever. Now, I couldn't find the guinea pig one. I asked the guy there if it was the same. He goes, look, it's pretty much the same thing, but this one's a little stronger because it's for scales. So just water it down. So I did. It worked. The guinea pig's fine. So yes, that medication exists in many forms, but there is also a human form that worked for Joe Rogan. I'm not saying it's going to work for everybody. It's reckless. It's dangerous to say that to all your audience. It's also libelous, but because there's people out there that are dumb enough, no offense, to go out and find the horse stuff and it's not the right dose or it has other things in it that's bad for them and they can actually get hurt. So saying that to try to try to own Joe Rogan because you're jealous that he gets 50 times the viewers you do on a daily basis, you jokes, you trash people. But to do that because you don't like the guy or you don't agree with his politics is dangerous, legitimately dangerous.
Well, then, yeah, the news has been proven to be dangerous because they're misinforming everybody constantly and then complaining that everybody else is misinforming. Everybody wants to control the narrative. The best thing you can do is listen to as many news sources as possible, make up your own mind. Use common sense. That's what you need.
Except for Brian Seltzer. Never listen to him.
I'm not going to go on a crazy.
I'm sorry, bro. He's such an idiot. Okay, no, I'm done.
Yeah, there's a lot of idiots.
Let's get back to this topic. I'm sorry. Let's get back.
Oh, there's a bunch of them.
I apologize. I that interjection was only because it so fits this story and it's ridiculous. And people should know that in order to get an objective truth, you need to look at many sources nowadays. You can't. There isn't one place you can look at. You just can't. You got to make it an educated. You have to become educated on the topic by looking at many sources, then make your own determination on that topic. Don't just go with whatever. And that includes us, bro. We could be wrong. So.
Oh yeah. I mean, we do our best and we're not going to intentionally, this is interesting. We're not going to intentionally drive the narrative to try to create some point of view that we want you to believe in. We're always going to try our best, but that doesn't mean that we don't get things wrong. For example, we got something wrong with yesterday. We're talking about, I actually got something wrong. We were talking about Hulu and the fact that Fox has no interest in Hulu at all. And I thought that at some way Fox was still involved. And I said that, I included Fox in that, and that was incorrect. And some of the people in the channel helped correct that and told me. So we put it out there, edited in the pin, to make sure that we got it back out to you guys. That, yes, that was wrong. And we'll always try to do that. We're not perfect, but
David said, I used ivermectin weekly since January with zinc, vitamin D, but only in Minecraft. I'm no doctor, but my brother-in-law is. That's how you cover all your bases. Actually, but I did, but it was virtual. Okay.
Listen, Atheist said his brother got ulcers in his stomach from drinking Monster. So you better cut back, Brian. You don't want to have the surgery he had. Okay. There's your response, Atheist. Hit him up. Yeah. You send him a direct message on that one. He'll listen.
You can get cancer from that?
He said he got ulcers.
Oh, ulcers. Oh, why did I read cancer? Jesus.
I don't know. You went dark quick.
Went real dark with that.
Ulcers are bad. They're holes in your stomach.
I think I might have ulcers. I woke up yesterday after that 12-hour workday, and I was at crazy bad acid reflux. It was nuts.
Oh, yeah.
I was just chugging a gallon of half and half, trying to not throw up in my own mouth.
That doesn't work. You don't want to. Fat makes acid reflux worse. So
really, thanks for letting me know that. I also had 4 Twinkies. I thought maybe it would try to absorb the acid, so I just made it worse the whole time.
Yeah, deep fried sugar, that all makes it worse. You know what you got to do when you have acid reflux? Stop eating and drinking anything but water. So, or take medicine. That would help you.
Thanks, man.
Take some. What is that?
Pepto-Bismol.
Well, no, I think it's Rolaids. No. What do they call it now?
Tums.
Tums. That's it. Take some Tums.
Dude, I had a whole bottle of Tums. I was eating them like candy.
Prilosec. That's what you need, some Prilosec.
Yeah, Prilosec is that's a retroactive thing now. You already got it. You got to remember to take it before you get it.
Yeah, that's true. All right, let's talk about Clint Eastwood trying to be canceled.
We started this story 20 minutes ago.
Canceled. So here it is. Raphael Shimonov was an activist. You know what kind of activist he is here, but basically, progressive activist. attacked the legendary actor and director over this 1973 thing that happened, where basically Native American actor Shaheen Littlefoot was booed and cheered by Hollywood at the Oscars and mocked by Clint Eastwood and almost physically assaulted by John Wayne, simply for asking that Indigenous people not be dehumanized in film. That's the tweet that he put out. He then went on to add several articles to the thread accusing Eastwood of racism over the years. So let's talk about what happened. In 1973, Marlon Brando received the Best Actor award for The Godfather. And instead of showing up himself, he sent this Native American activist on stage to basically lament Hollywood's treatment of American Indians by the film industry, which, by the way, was not, they were treated, every view of Native Americans in the film industry at that time was negative.
Okay, let's play the clip real quick because it's right here.
You got the clip?
Yeah. What's crazy is, like, did they dress up a person to look like a movie version of Pocahontas? What is this? This is not.
No, she's a Native American.
Okay.
So what you just said is pretty offensive.
I mean, it looks like someone. I mean, it looks like someone was dressed up to look like a Native American.
I mean, she is a Native American. Her name is, or was, if she's still around.
But she's wearing like a costume though. That's not like what.
Sasheen Littlefeather. Brian, let me try to make this clear. Native Americans are not wearing costumes. They're wearing their garb from their culture.
No, but that's the garb for the culture right now. That's not what that is.
It's traditional. Okay, please stop talking. All right, now.
I'm just gonna play the clip, but it looks like. I'm just saying it looks like it was dressed up for this way. That's all I'm saying.
I'm saying she's wearing her traditional.
Okay, that's fair. Here it is.
Cannot accept this very generous award. And the reasons for this being are the treatment of American Indians today by the film industry, and on television in movie reruns, and also with recent happenings at Wounded Knee. I beg at this time that I have not intruded upon this evening, and that we will, in the future, our hearts and our understandings will meet with love and generosity. Thank you on behalf of Marlon Brando.
I don't know if I should present this award on behalf of all the cowboys shot in all the John Ford Westerns over the years.
All right, so first off, I wasn't trying to be offensive. Just to be clear, I just don't know what they wear, okay?
Well, I think I think it's just like
I've seen that like in Disney films and stuff. So I was like, okay, is that if that's a traditional garb, it's my bad. I wasn't trying to be offensive. Sorry.
Yeah, if you were to go and maybe
I'm just ignorant, okay?
yes, you sound very ignorant right now.
Yeah, I am ignorant to their culture. I didn't know.
Well, I mean, maybe that's what I was going to say is maybe you haven't visited any sort of, Native American things.
That's not true though. I've gone to many. I'm just going to stop talking.
Yeah, I was going to say you should just say I haven't, because now that makes it sound even worse. You've seen the Native American headdress, right? That a chief will wear.
I'm done with this.
Okay, got it.
Continue the story.
So essentially, what happened?
I clearly screwed this up. Okay, that's it. We're there.
Listen, you're gonna go to your room and spend some time thinking about this, and it's all gonna be fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, Clint Eastwood got on stage and said he said his remark, right?
Right. Yes, he did.
Okay. So I don't know if I should present this award on behalf of all the cowboys shot in all of the John Ford Westerns over the years. It was a joke.
It was a joke.
Like, it was literally a joke. He was trying to make light of what just happened, which at the time was actually pretty serious. And
everybody was super uncomfortable. He was trying to make it. He was trying
to lighten the mood,
yes.
Because he wasn't necessarily poking fun at Native Americans. He was just being showing some levity in the moment. So it shows what kind of detached ridiculousness, attention-seeking this person, Raphael Shimano,
Yeah, also, it was 42 years ago.
48 years ago.
48 years ago. Okay.
This dude's got 50,000 followers. This
Jeez.
Raphael Shimano.
Well, he's about to get more because that's how they work.
And it's pathetic grandstanding. I mean, go at least find something current to complain about. I mean,
There's
listen,
plenty
if
to
you
complain
want
about.
to punish people for what they said 48 years ago, you can, because literally everything we said 48 years ago was pretty insensitive based on today's metrics. And we understand that we have grown as a society, but you cannot vilify people who said things that were normal at the time. You cannot vilify them now. We don't know how Clint Eastwood feels today about that situation and the Native Americans. Let me tell you, he's made more movies over the years that gave more work to Native American people than most people.
It's true.
You know, all the movies he's made, all the Native Americans that's been on his films, he has, you know, he's helped them.
It's true.
So, you know, we got to look at it that way. I just think it's pretty lame. And I think I was also thinking about just the fact that they're trying to cancel people for things. We don't cover the NFL. You know, John Gruden, who's the coach of the Raiders, it was big national media news. He was, you know, basically resigned from being a coach because of some of his comments that were found in personal emails that were inappropriate to the LGBTQ community and women, and over the course of like 7 years. And so he lost his job. And so, okay, you can think about whatever you want with that. He probably should have thought better before he did what he did and said what he did.
Come on, bro. Oh.
But right after that, one of the reporters for the NFL, Adam Schefter, an email was found because they're doing this big thing on the Washington football team, used to be the Washington Redskins.
Right.
And they're doing this big investigation, going through this guy's emails. And essentially, this reporter had sent his news article to this guy who was an expert to say, and he asked him to look over it and for facts. He was doing this big thing, and they basically lambasted him for doing that, saying, "Why did you give him the power to look over to do what he wanted with your article?" And Adam Schefter, instead of coming back and saying, "Well, you know, it's the truth is showing an expert your article is good, so you make sure you get all your facts right. It doesn't mean you got to change what they tell you to change." Instead, he apologized and said it was a poor choice, and I'm sorry that I did this. I am so tired of everybody apologizing constantly that they don't need to apologize for, you know, or apologize. Hey, it was in the past or whatever, but you don't have to say I'm sorry about everything.
I wouldn't apologize. I'd be like, I'm sorry that you feel that way, but
Right.
dude, that was this much time ago. Get a life. Figure out, find something else to occupy your time, because this is a waste of it.
Right. Should the 90-year-old, you know, 91-year-old Clint Eastwood, should he apologize for that moment on stage back in 1973? What do you want, Raphael Shimonov? What do you want?
Yeah, what do you want, bro? I know. Wait. I know what it is. He wants more followers.
That's exactly what he wants. He wants more attention.
Right.
It has nothing to do with the plight. How about we talk about the plight of the Native American that's happening today?
Yeah. There's plenty of things to go there.
Let's talk about that. I mean, at least it's current.
Sorry if I offended any of you.
You know, Governor Newsom's giving back land that was taken away from African Americans 50 years ago, 60, 70 years, even before. What are we doing for Native Americans who had their land taken? I mean, let's just throw that out there. So anyway.
Nothing. Real quick, David Nillian said, the last time I drank an energy drink was 2006, Red Bull and vodka. I ran naked in the woods where we were staying at a cabin. My friends tied me naked to a chair because I was out of control. We'll continue watching later. For now, I need to go watch something else.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you for that, my friend. I appreciate that. I also now have an incredible visual of what I'm assuming you're male, and you're just in the woods running naked. Your Johnson flopping around, screaming Red Bull. It's awesome. Good times. Thank you for that.
That's
Oh,
nice.
you guys need to watch Squid Game, dude. We watched it. We've talked about it like 5 times. It's great.
We're going to talk about it today.
Yeah, we are. So when you come
Nice.
back, when you're watching this later on, David, we are going to talk about that again. So stay tuned.
Wait a second. Oh, I didn't put it in here. Well, we should talk about it. Let's talk about it. I got it.
Atheist also said it also just so happened the release of those emails, which they had to. Oh yeah. I'm sorry, NFL. By the way, I'm not even a big football guy, but I know enough to know that the NFL, the organization that is the NFL, they're not football centric organization. They're using football to make as much money as possible and to push whatever their agenda is, but they're not football. It's not about football for them. It's about just making as much money as possible. Let me just say, the NFL is anti-football.
I mean, I guess. I mean, what they really want to do is they want as many fans as possible. So they're woke and
that's the wrong way to do it.
Virtue signaling. And the sad part about it is a lot of these owners who are billionaires are old, rich, white dudes that benefit from, everything that our country offers them. So it's just kind of weird that they have this mouthpiece in Roger Goodell that just kind of, I get it. You want to be inclusive and you should be everybody should get to play. But at the same time, you're right. There are things about the NFL that need to be protected. Being anti anything is not a good thing though.
Right. Yeah. These people that are really want to be inclusive to protect their bottom line, I don't think that I don't know what happens. Like, were they not given the right math? Because it's, a percentage of a smaller percentage of people that are whining about this. This is not their fan base, It's like when you kowtow in video games, you're kowtowing to some chick complaining about how a character looks. But that's not your fan base. Like, that's not who is buying your product.
It costs them less money to react, usually. So, like, for example, like when a customer complains about your product, you do whatever it takes to make that customer happy because you want that customer to return. The problem is that companies are doing this on large scale and in public, and it's setting the tone for them. And eventually it'll hurt them monetarily. I believe that.
Okay, moving on. DC Fandom.
I feel like
DC Fandom. What?
I feel like DC Fandom isn't getting like any attention.
Dude, why is my Google Home telling me what DC Fandom is right now? Did I ask what it was?
You said DC Fandom. Let's see if we can do it again.
Yeah, DC Fandom.
Oh, all right. Random Google comment.
They're always listening, folks. Always listening.
Scary.
Shh.
DC Fandom.
No one knows this, but I'm actually imprisoned by my home right now. Can you please send help? I should have never installed Google Home. It's making me do things that I'm uncomfortable with.
Eat pickles.
It's having me dance in front of my ring. What's that thing called? My ring camera.
Ring camera?
It's having me dance for my ring camera in my underwear. I don't know why. It keeps zapping my nuts.
Disgusting AI. DC Fandom kicks off in 22 hours and 28 minutes and 52 seconds right now.
Are you having a timer or something?
I'm on dcfandom.com. And it kicks off tomorrow. And what's interesting about this is we're going to get some stuff. We're going to get some very specific things for it. Let's see what's coming. Wait, there's a new Batman trailer. The teaser is released. New Batman trailer teaser.
I need to verify my age, apparently.
Make sure you're old enough to go to DC Fandom.
Is there nudity in this website?
Yeah. So we're getting Batman. We're getting.
What's funny is like I need to verify my age to look at DC Fandom, but like I can pull up any one of those hub sites right now. It wouldn't ask me for my age whatsoever.
Isn't that weird? Yeah. So the DC Fandome trailer is going to teases the Black Adam footage. So we're going to have new Black Adam footage with Dwayne The Rock Johnson, the new Batman trailer for sure. So we got
it starts
that
at 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
it's going to be cool. We got to, if you're hanging out by the computer, then you can go to dcfandome.com and I guess you're going to be able to watch it from there.
Yeah, I'm not seeing. You see, oh my God, DC has gotten so commercial. So I'm a DC guy. I actually prefer.
Right.
I preferred DC to Marvel for the longest time. I'm starting to hate both of those companies. I'm not there yet, but I'm it's starting to push me in the direction of me not liking either. Because, like, I mean, you go to this DC Fandome, yeah, okay, you got the fandom thing, and the rest of the webpage is basically just a marketplace to get you to buy crap. Like, I'm looking for, like, what are they doing? What, it's just,
Well,
buy this comic, buy these shoes. Like, there's DC shoes. What the hell?
well, it's going to run for 4 hours. It starts at 10 a.m. tomorrow, Pacific Standard Time. It's going to run for 4 hours, and it will be on dcfandome.com.
Oh, legitimately, though, this Zatanna shirt is sick. Look at this thing.
Which one?
This shirt is so cool.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, that is so. What is wrong with the way this website works? I can't just. What the?
There it is.
Okay, there it is. That shirt is awesome. That is awesome.
It's cool.
The print looks bad though. It looks like I can see the outline of the print, so they don't know how to print. But the graphics is cool. I might have to buy that.
Okay, so back to the
Sorry.
distraction. DC Fandome is completely free. You can watch it at dcfandome.com. So watch it from your phone or watch it hang out here. We're only saying that you should watch it because it's probably going to have stuff that we're going to talk about next week. So that might be interesting.
Yeah, we definitely will be talking about it. I mean, well, no, I hope that they have something important enough for our show to talk about, our little show, right? Like, if they don't have anything new, like if we don't see anything new for Shazam or Black Adam, then I feel like they're making a major mistake.
Well, we're 100% getting new Black Adam.
Okay.
So it's already been put out that there will be new Black Adam. There's likely going to be new Peacemaker for the new Peacemaker show.
Oh, I like that.
There's going to be Robert Pattinson. There's going to be some new stuff from the Batman for him. I think we're going to get something from the Flash. And I think there's going to be a lot more stuff. You're going to get League of Pets.
I know.
Shazam, Fury of the Gods.
Okay. Nobody cares about League of Pets, by the way. No one. Not a single person.
I'm just saying that's what's happening. I feel you. They're going to showcase some Aquaman, King of Atlantis.
Oh, I like that a lot. And not because I'm sexually attracted to Jason Momoa, because I like Aquaman.
An adult animated comedy series for Harley Quinn.
Nope. Fool me once. Okay? I will not fall for that a second time. Sorry.
Yeah.
Nice try, though.
And the anime-inspired heist movie, Catwoman Hunted. So.
All right. So potentially some really cool stuff tomorrow.
I agree.
I will be occupied. I'll be watching TI, which we'll talk about a little bit later, even though Shane doesn't want to.
Wait, we're going to be talking about TI later?
A little bit.
Okay,
I mean, talking about a little bit.
NFL, not what I wanted to talk about, so that's fair.
We just talked about the NFL.
That's what I said. We got to talk a little bit about the NFL,
okay.
So it would be fair for you to talk a little bit about TI.
That's fair. All right. Let's move on from DC Fandome. I don't know why I can't say that's all. DC Fandome is a stupid name, right?
It is dumb. Why do they call it dome? Like, are they inside of a dome? No, it's on a website.
Yeah. Why not just Fandom? Maybe they couldn't afford it?
Fandom. No, Fandom. Oh, maybe, probably. Well, it's probably taken. Fandome. If they had it at like a dome, like a stadium, that'd be cool. Like DC Fandome.
Here's the deal. I am so tired of this. Okay. And we talked to Darren from Gateworld about this. When we said, oh, Stargate MGM, when they launched Stargate Command, someone owned StargateCommand.com, so they had to use StargateCommand.co. No, they didn't. They could have bought StargateCommand.com, but they didn't want to spend the money. If you go to DCFandom.com right now, it takes you to what? Oh, a page trying to sell you the domain name. If I can afford the domain name, DC can afford the domain name. So it's almost like they just don't even want to deal with other people's. Oh, you on that? Well, I'm not giving you any money. All right. Well, get StargateCommand.co. That was a rising success, right, guys? It worked out. You could have given the guy $5,000, and had the actual .com. I mean, we're the ones to talk because we have Popcast.co. We legitimately couldn't afford Popcast.com though.
Well, we also are poor, so that
we're also poor. We're also very poor.
Now, if the Popcast was this incredible company who was making millions of dollars a year, I'd kick down the $5,000 to give somebody for Popcast.com.
Right. And which MGM should have done for Stargate, and DC should have done for their fandom.
100%.
Weird thing.
Shows how much they care about it.
Right.
All right, let's talk about something else. The Expanse.
The Expanse season 6. Actually, you need to do it. All right, give me an Expanse season 6 teaser here.
Let's talk about The Expanse season 6.
Yes, I love it.
Wait, let's do Batman voices.
Okay.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
Okay, your Batman sounds like Christian.
Yeah, Christian Bale's Batman.
Christian Bale's like who's better, Christian Bale's I'm Batman or
Michael Keaton?
Wait, here's Michael Keaton's I'm Batman, right? I'm Batman.
And here's Christian Bale's. I'm Batman. It's like
I'm Batman.
You know what's funny is it actually makes sense that you would disguise your voice. Yeah. I totally get that. Because I never even considered it before, but Michael Keaton just used his own voice when he was talking to people he knew. Right?
Right.
Listen, guys, if I put a costume on, no matter how elaborate, and I walked up to Shane and said, "Sir, come with me," Shane would be like, "Hey, Brian, what the F?" Immediately he would know that I was me talking. So he's talking to people he's known his entire life and no one knows who he is. Come on.
Who are you? Yeah.
Get out of here. It makes sense. Even though I make fun of Christian Bale's voice, it makes sense to disguise your voice.
I think it was just like an overkill. Like I think Ben Affleck's voice was probably a little more reasonable. And according to, I can't remember where I read it, but apparently the new Batman does have more of a Ben Affleck-esque tone to his voice. Oh, it was from the trailer I was watching. Yeah.
Oh, Robert Pattinson, the Batman?
Yeah, it's more similar to, it's less harsh, but still different. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So we are talking about The Expanse season 6. And to be honest, I am surprised we have gotten this far. So
I'm not. I think this is a Jeff Bezos personal project.
Yeah,
I truly believe that.
Watching the first 3 seasons of Expanse, though, you're like, how are we still doing The Expanse? How is it still happening?
Look, The Expanse is really very fantastic in a lot of ways. Yeah. It's just sort of slow. It's sort of slow, and the story kind of takes a while to get to where it needs to be.
Right.
But the story itself, the space stuff that happens, is very interesting. And so if you're still a fan of The Expanse, season 6 will debut on Friday, December 10th, with the first episode, and will continue weekly for 6 weeks, with the series finale on January 14th, 2012. Or 2022, excuse me, 12. Where the heck am I? So it's going to go for 6 weeks. The first 5 seasons are also currently available on Amazon if you want to rewatch those before the season 6 premiere. I'm a little surprised it's only 6 episodes.
Is it the final season?
It says the series finale.
Yeah. All right. So it's the final season. That's why it's 6 episodes.
So 6 episodes.
It's ending with a mini series, which makes sense.
Yeah, which makes sense. And because I'm 4 seasons through.
Oh my God, this woman is so beautiful.
Stop it with this.
No, I'm not even trolling right now. Okay,
So
do you know how old she is?
Yeah, I know how old she was. We were at the Star Trek experience thing, and you were like drooling.
Okay,
over it.
guys, no, and this you make it sound. God damn it, Shane, you make it sound weird.
So long.
No, you make it sound weird. I'm not.
Okay, how old is she? And you tell me if it's weird. How old is she?
I almost wish I would have not said anything now, because you're making it sound like I'm some kind of like weird pervert.
Look at grandma's. What do we say?
Yeah, she's 73, bro.
Okay, all right.
Okay,
All right.
so we were at.
Maybe we're not that old. What do you think?
We were
Okay.
no. We were at. God damn it, bro! What is it called? The fake Star Trek convention. What was it called? What was it called?
We called it the fake Star Trek convention.
Whatever. We were at the fake Star Trek convention. The last one that happened. Something in Vegas. STLV.
Yes.
And she was there signing autographs or something because she was in like a random 3 minutes of some distant episode of Star Trek. Who knows? Who cares?
Right.
But, bro, she is gorgeous. Like in real life.
For 73, she is a very handsome woman.
Yes, for 73 years old, she is beautiful. Like stunningly beautiful for that age. That's all I was saying. Is she's so like she's 73. Look, I know 70. I have grandmothers that are 73. This woman looks like she's in her 60s tops.
Well, do you know how like in the Bugs Bunny cartoons, the wolf has these giant like heart eyes and like the heart goes pounding out of his chest?
Yeah.
All I'm saying is you shouldn't look like that when you're looking at
Now,
her.
I would date her in a heartbeat if I wasn't married. I'm throwing that
See,
out
now
there.
you made it weird.
No, I'm not trying to make it weird. I'm just saying, like, if I wasn't married and she was interested, I would date her in a heartbeat. It wouldn't even be a question. Wouldn't even be a question. And I'm not trying to make it weird. Because she's beautiful. All right. God damn it. Why did we even? I shouldn't have said anything. All right, back to the trailer. What were you saying?
Okay, you're right. You know, Atheist for the Cause says handsome woman. That does. You know why I said handsome woman? Because I felt like it was appropriate to say about a 73-year-old decently looking woman.
Sorry, she's sexy. She's a sexy woman.
You don't have to make these.
She is though. She is sexy.
All right.
What do you want from me? It's true. It's true.
It just seems a little weird. Hey, if you're down with gilfs, it's all good, dude.
No.
You just said you have grandmas the same age.
Shut up! Jesus! Oh God! Where did I should have opened my mouth. Today is not a good day for me. All right. Anyways, what else is happening? Let's wrap this up because I'm feeling really vulnerable right now.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Who the hell is this guy? Is this guy new?
Oh, are you watching the little trailer thingy?
No, yeah, this is a new character, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they keep adding new things to the show.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I mean, that's really all there is to it. I mean, if you should be a fan of, if you're not a fan of The Expanse already, you can go back and start watching it over again. I think Atheist said something, it's because The Expanse is very realistic with few competitors. We don't have much sci-fi talking about the expansion of the solar system. 100% true. And it's an interesting idea. They just kind of made it a little boring.
Yeah, no, it's a great story. I would even argue it's possible that the books might be a lot better because,
right?
Not that the show is bad, but like when you're reading a book, you know, you sort of like gloss over certain things, and you might like your mind creates the environment you're looking at, and what they did with the show is a lot of that they drew a lot of that out to really show you the scope of the show, which was like, you know, look at this. The Belters, and look at this world, and it's wonderful, and it's beautiful. But it also makes the story progress at like a snail's pace. And maybe if it was a weekly show where you're watching every week, it probably wouldn't be as noticeable. But when you're streaming it, it's really noticeable that you've watched 4 episodes and you haven't really progressed the story at all. You know?
Yeah, that's hard. It's like watching 2001: A Space Odyssey that was made, you know, 50 years ago or whatever, 40 some odd years ago. and it's an amazing thing. It's incredible to watch, but it's so slow. You're like checking your watch, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And I feel like certain moments they could have gotten. They held for the cliffhanger when they could have, when it wasn't necessary. It was streaming. I didn't understand.
Yeah, they could have.
that.
Yeah, that's true. They could have given you that fun and then get you to another cliffhanger almost.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So Atheists for the Cause is also reading the books, and yeah, it's good. They're good. Okay, I'm not reading the books. I'm listening to the books. It's different, but
It's not really different. No,
I mean,
it's the same thing.
yeah, I guess the same thing. My imagination is still fueling the story, right?
Right. I mean, as long as you're listening, like as long as you're like not trying to do something else while you're listening to the books, you'll get it all.
Full disclosure, I canceled my Audible account, and I'm trying to use all my credits that I accumulated this year because I forgot that I had the Audible account, and I've been paying for it for like 2 years, so I have like 25 credits stacked up.
Dude, what's terrible about that is if you're on that program and you cancel it before you use the credits, they remove your credits.
What?
Yeah. So if you try to cancel that service, they'll delete all your credits. So you
Oh,
only get
really?
the credits while you're paying for it.
Oh my God. So I did cancel it, and it ends in 2 weeks. That's the end. I need to go back and probably resume it then, huh?
Yeah. So that way you don't lose all your credits.
Use all the credits, then cancel it.
Use all your credits, cancel it, and then what you do is you start it back up again when you're done listening to the stuff you're in.
Surprise, surprise. Jeff Bezos wants to make as much money off you as possible.
Audible's brilliant.
Audible is a brilliant service. And it was bought by Amazon, but it's not an Amazon product originally.
Not originally, yeah.
No. Okay, guys, we are going to, what are we talking about next?
We got the Discovery Season 4 trailer.
Oh, yeah, I'm so excited.
That I just can't hide it.
I want to celebrate.
I mean, all I really want to say about the Season 4 Discovery trailer
I want to celebrate.
I want to be 100% honest. I have not yet watched all of Discovery Season 3 because I can barely stomach it.
I watched it all.
Oh, that's cool. So you're able to get through it. That gives me hope.
Why do you think I had heartburn, bro?
The one thing they make very clear in the Season 4 Discovery trailer is that Michael Burnham is now the captain.
Yes. How is that?
Yeah. They say it about 465,000 times.
I'm so desperately trying to not be like as livid as I possibly can be. But here's the deal. I know she was randomly made captain at the end of the last season because Saru felt like she should be captain. Like, is that how it works now? Like, you know what? I know I'm the captain, but I feel like you should be the captain.
You should be the captain.
So you're now the captain.
Captain's not as cool as it should be. Listen, Michael Burnham should have been the captain from the very beginning.
From the beginning, yes. If the show was going to be a Michael Burnham, she should have. You know what's funny is this trailer should have been we should have just started with this season. She's the captain. That's the ship. It's in the future. It checks all the boxes, right?
Right.
That's Star Trek should have started just like Star Trek Discovery should have started with Star Trek Discovery Season 4. And I would argue this. Ready? What if?
The first 3 seasons never happened.
They didn't happen.
Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah. What if it's all a fever dream?
No, dude, they wouldn't do that.
No, all I'm saying is like, how about this? How about you follow Star Trek, right? And then you go, I'm going to start Discovery now. As someone in the future, let's say someone in the future is watching this show right now and you've just started getting into Star Trek and you started at TOS and you're moving on the line. I have a tip for you. You should watch everything all the way up to the last episode of Voyager.
Okay.
Chronologically, you should watch Enterprise actually first. Watch Enterprise and then watch TOS.
Wait, really? Okay, go ahead.
I mean, Enterprise is chronologically, right?
So don't watch Discovery, even though it's chronologically before TOS.
No, don't. Yeah, don't. Because it actually, even if it's chronologically in that, it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
At all. So watch Enterprise, then watch TOS. And then I want you to watch TNG, and then watch Deep Space Nine, and then alternate TNG, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager until you get to the end of Voyager. And when you do, turn on Discovery Season 4. And that's it. Just skip those first 3 seasons.
All right.
Problem solved.
And that, well, we'll see. I mean, I guess, yeah.
You know what? No. Then watch Picard. Even
We
though
don't know if Discovery season 4 is going to be any
it's
good.
not a great show per se, but like it definitely follows it. So watch Picard and then watch Discovery season 4.
Okay.
Hey, they have the right uniforms on. It's following the captain again. It's about the captain and their ship. It's in the future. Anything that happens from there doesn't even mess with the previous canon you just watched. Boom, problem solved. Good or bad show doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the story anymore.
No, the Michael Burnham we got would have put Saru in the airlock and shoved him out of the ship. So
yeah, that's so true.
But it's changed now. She's different. So.
She's different. Okay. Yeah, this is the trailer. And if you're asking why are we watching it on like slow-mo, it's because every single time we play a trailer, literally every single time.
I think you're saying every single time.
Every single time we get a copyright claim. And it's nuts because there are channels out there with millions of subs that will literally show you the entire trailer and then comment and talk about it for a couple minutes. So the majority of their video will be said trailer and they're totally monetized, no problem. We show you a tiny clip of the trailer and it's instantly claimed. I don't know how it works. So we're playing it in slow motion, and if you want to watch it yourself, I'll put the link down below. But we're gonna be playing in slow motion.
Says slow motion doesn't change anything.
No, it's got to though, right?
I think it's just having it on the screen. I think they have like this image. Somehow they like are able to.
I mean, I know how that works though. The AI is picking up like. I know how it works, and like when you put it in slow motion like this, it should confuse it enough not to be able to pick it up.
Okay, well, and playing a trailer in slow motion is actually pretty good because you can see more.
Right? Yeah, that's the way I normally play it. So for shows we watch, I'll watch the trailer and then I'll watch it in slow motion, so I can
catch things.
I can catch all the little frame by freaking frame, baby.
Yeah, it looks like this season 4 is going to be pretty action packed. They're obviously
love the uniforms, by the way. Love the uniforms.
They are good. I guess I need to watch season 3 to figure out how that changed.
No, it's because I'll just tell you so you can skip the pain.
Thank you.
They hooked up with the future version of the Federation. That's it.
Oh, and so they got the proper uniforms. So even in the way future, the uniforms are correct. Okay, that's good.
Right, yeah. They're only not correct in that little tiny pocket of time that the Discovery existed, apparently.
Got it.
You know what's funny is the nacelles are not connected to the ship. And every time I see that, it makes me like a ball of rage in my stomach. It just starts to develop. Because it makes no sense. It makes no sense. I can see other parts of the ship not being connected. That's the Ferengi picture everyone's complaining about.
Can we talk about that real quick?
Yeah, we can.
There's a lot of interesting about that.
So, first off, if you guys don't know me, I'll tell you something about me. I love green chicks. Like, love them.
They don't exist, but that's cool.
I know. If they existed, though, I would 100%. That would definitely be like my preference.
Well, sure. Grandmas and green chicks. I get it.
Oh, man. Imagine if that actress put green makeup on.
So wrong.
All right, let's Jesus, I brought it back up again. All right, this Ferengi.
People lost their minds.
People lost their minds. I am not. Look, does it look like the traditional Ferengi? I don't know.
No,
it doesn't look like. Yeah, okay, it doesn't look like Quark. Right, but it sort of does look like another individual possibly in the Ferengi race, and it has been a couple thousand years, right? Like
800 years.
Oh, no, it's been at least 900 years.
Didn't they go 800 years in the future?
No, they went 900 years in the future. You're right. No, it's been 800 years. I'm stupid. You're
right. Well, I think what people don't realize, we have no idea, number one, if this is a re-envisioned Ferengi, or if it's a Ferengi who is maybe not 100% Ferengi.
Yeah, maybe they're like, maybe it's a hybrid.
Partially Ferengi and partially something else. The problem is because of the lack of trust in the past, like what they did with the Klingons, people are like, oh my God, they're just changing something else.
Yeah, but they can't be that dumb, right? Because they changed the Klingons back.
Yeah, that's true. I do want to say that there was some kind of interesting points put out by people who said Star Trek always changes the way their characters look. That's not 100% true. They had to change the Klingons because the Klingons in TOS were just people.
In blackface.
No, not really blackface. I mean, they were
people in blackface. They absolutely had to change that.
Well, I don't think it was. I mean, they were scuffed up a bit, but I don't think it was. They were intentioned to be.
No, it wasn't intended to be blackface, but that's what it was.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, I mean, mostly what they looked like is they tried to make them look like Russians. Is what they tried to do.
Yeah.
The idea the Klingons were the Russians.
I literally type in Klingons and like 4 options down says Klingons blackface.
Yeah, so they were trying to make them look like Russians, not like black people.
Oh my God, there's a Reddit subreddit, a Reddit post from this year that says, should the Klingon blackface episodes be pulled? Shut up. Oh my God, stop.
Really?
Dude, Reddit?
They weren't trying to make them black people.
No, I'm sorry.
Trying to make them Russians.
By the way, /Star Trek on Reddit, that subreddit is just a cesspool, okay? Avoid that at all costs if you're an actual Star Trek fan, and go to Reddit r/star_trek or pick another one. But that subreddit is garbage. It's a garbage subreddit. It's ran by like 4 straight up thugs that just will not allow anyone that doesn't meet the criteria to even talk on their sub. So
yeah, which is anti-progressive, and we don't want to get into that.
The opposite of Star Trek, anybody? Jesus.
So so that whole thing. So they made that change, when they did the Star Trek movies. And then, of course, the Next Generation had Worf, and Klingons looked like we're used to them looking like. It was a natural progression. It was a change that made sense. These are aliens. We finally had the makeup and the money to make them look the way they properly should. So why not? You can change the way somebody looks, but make sure they look similar to what they're supposed to look like, because that's what they're supposed to look like.
Yeah. So that was so you have the first Klingon, and then they progressively got darker and darker.
Yeah. I mean, it's like this kind of Russian, I don't know, Chinese. I don't know what the heck they were going for.
I think they were going for like
Genghis Khan kind of thing.
They were going for like the Red Scare, because it was around that time where.
Oh yeah.
Where like if you accuse someone of being a communist, they were like fired from their jobs like immediately.
Right.
Now you accuse someone being of a conservative, it's the opposite. We've swung the other way. Everybody just chill out.
Yeah. The wheel of time.
No, yeah. They're definitely in. But okay, so they're in blackface per se, but that wasn't the intention. Like they were supposed to be aliens.
No. Blackface is meant to you to make a person look like an African American or or a black person.
Right.
This was not what they were doing. So it's not technically blackface.
Right.
This is makeup to make someone look like an alien. So the fact that they say that they should pull it because it's blackface, those people are fools. They're stupid. They don't have the brain capacity to think for a half a second of what blackface is.
Although, to be honest, this lady right here in her Guinan outfit should have probably...
No, that's blackface.
Probably should have reconsidered that outfit.
That is blackface.
Now,
because her character is black.
Right. Now, I don't think that this lady, though, meant that offensively. She just didn't think that through.
That's the argument with blackface. It's like, if Michael Jordan is your hero and you want to look like Michael Jordan for Halloween, is it blackface? Well, I mean, apparently, it is insensitive to the plight of, I don't know. It's so confusing to me.
So confusing.
All I know is if you actually say that and do it, you're canceled. So that's it.
Right. But the reason they made that change was, technology got better. They can have better makeup, and they made better Klingons. And you know what I really respect about that? And I'll tell you what I respect. They did make a better Klingon, but then they went back in Enterprise and they explained that change canonically.
Right.
And I'll buy it because the time progressed. Now, has makeup technology progressed to the point drastically where we need to make a drastic change? I don't believe so.
Right. That's the point.
Especially if it's happening around the same time. If the show is based in a time where we already know what they look like. Enterprise said, hey, let's explain why this happened. And they show the 50s version of Klingons and why it happened, right? Okay, so you put your show right dab into that time frame where they're supposed to look like something. Your makeup shouldn't be another reimagining. It should be the best version of that time frame of that character as possible. That's what it should be.
Yeah, I mean, get it right. You know, and then if you want to, you know, add some more detail or whatever, fine, but don't put their ears in a different place or, you know, I mean.
So what's different about this though? I mean, is this that much different?
Pull up Quark. And that'll tell you. I believe that the forehead is considerably different. You know, at least I think that for sure. The ears look different to me for sure.
Look at this dashing stud right here.
Yeah. So, you know,
I love this actor. It's so great. He's so good. All right. So look at the difference.
Can you get more of the head? Like you can't see the top of the head.
I guess. I mean, can you see the top of this guy's head? You can't.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean this? You mean the forehead portion?
Yeah, I can only see up to the forehead. I can't see what his cranial looks like.
Okay.
I guess I can look it up myself.
No, I mean, let me look.
Oh, you can see it on our. It's just in my screen, so it's my bad.
Oh.
Okay.
Thanks, guy.
So honestly, it's not crazy terribly different.
No, it's not.
The eyebrow ridges don't connect to the ear. That's all the difference is. And the cranial isn't as big. Go back to the new one.
Yeah, okay. Sorry. I'm going back. All right. There's Quark.
There's Quark.
Yeah, he does have these like those weird butt bumps on his head, right?
Yeah, they got the butt bumps, and then the eyebrows go all the way to the ears.
Okay. So yeah, so that is not the case for this one.
You know what this guy looks like? He looks like a koala.
He does look like a koala.
Looks
What
like
if it's not a Ferengi? What if it's a koala? You know what though? Here's the deal.
You have to ask him if he has chlamydia, if that's the case.
He does. No, he definitely. We made that video.
Yes,
All
we did.
koalas have chlamydia. They're gross, dirty little perverts.
Yeah.
You know what? This is the problem I have with this, and I only see it now. This makeup is actually better.
Which one?
Quark's.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it looks like it does look better, doesn't it?
Because the eyebrows that connect to his ear ridges, and like remember their ear ridges, that's their erogenous zone. That's like their
erogenous zone. Yeah.
Yeah, their penis. That's what
It's their Johnson. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the Johnson. Their ears are like a big part of their biology, and so this actually takes some work. Like, and when the actor emotes, like his eyebrows are moving up and down, like that's amazing. Here it looks like, I mean, the makeup is good, but it doesn't require the same skill that this makeup takes.
You know what it reminds me of?
Oh my God! This is actually mailing it in. It's like we're gonna make your ear prosthetics and boom, you're good to go. This one you have to connect all those pieces.
That's true. That's like more of a larger headpiece. You're right.
Interesting.
You know what this reminds me of? It's like when an artist is like, I just want it to be my own. Like I want to do my vision of what a Ferengi should look like.
But why not connect the damn eyebrows to the ears? No one would have complained.
Because that's what I'm trying to say is that would be maybe too much like the last artist who created that. So now the new person, I think they're frankly probably full of themselves and they want to have their version. Instead of making a Ferengi, they're going to be like, hey, I'm going to make a Ferengi the way I think it should look like.
Yeah, it's not that it's bad. It's that, you know what? Until I looked at them side by side, you know what? The problem is the only thing that's exactly the same across all these Ferengi that I'm looking at right now. Look at this. Oh, geez. This is actually a problem. This is actually 100% a problem. Let me show you. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
All right. The eyebrows, they have different facial structures. Like they do. They look different. They have different prosthetics for their noses. Different space between the top and the bottom of their head. Like
Right.
these are all individuals, right?
Yeah.
An individual, different wrinkles,
Different nose. Yeah.
right? But what is the one thing that is common with every one of these Ferengi? I haven't found one.
The eyebrow ear ridges. Yeah.
The eyebrow ear ridges, they got to match up. Okay, what you're doing is like if that's a pretend I said I want to make a human makeup. I want to make this alien look like a human instead. That would be like, okay, well, if you want to make him look like a human, his nose needs to connect to his lips. Well, no, that's not what humans look like. Yeah, but that's my vision of them. Well, hold up though. That's not what they look like. So here's the problem. If their entire species canonically already has this one very defining feature of their eyebrows connecting their ear ridges, then whatever you want to do artistically, it has to do that in order for it to be a Ferengi.
Right. And in 900 years, that's not going to change.
No, because that would be like saying,
I want to say it evolved.
that would be like saying your eyes, as a human being, your eyes are gonna change the position. Now they're gonna be on the side of your nose or something. No, that's not gonna happen.
Maybe a million years, you can be like, yeah, okay, makes sense.
Maybe, yeah.
Or whatever. Maybe, I don't know.
Right. So I was actually prepared to tell people to relax, but that's actually a problem. If that's a Ferengi, well, it's not. That's the problem. That's not a Ferengi. And yet repeating the same mistake they already got lambasted for with the Klingons. Jesus.
I think it's probably going to end up being unless they're really not paying attention to like how evolution really works, this must be like a mixed race. Like maybe the Ferengi got together with another race. And I think there's something about it out there. People were talking about where Ferengi are already attached to another race. So maybe it's a combination of these two races that this character is. There can be no other explanation than that. If it is a Ferengi.
Yes. If it's a Ferengi, then it has to be a mixed race Ferengi. And either it's that or they literally just didn't learn from the Klingons and decided to make it their own.
Yeah, makes sense.
That would really be unfortunate. And what's funny? I legitimately, my thought process here was going to be, guys, relax, not that big of a deal. And then you brought up the eyebrows, ear ridges things, and I'm like, I can't find it different. Even though everyone has a unique look to them, they all have that very defining feature. That has to be the case.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it says here, the Atheist for the Cause says, if it's a hybrid, then I'll give them a pass. But yeah, you can't change key features to how a species operates. So
right.
that's the judgment. We'll decide. I guess once we find out what it really is.
That's like drawing a human, but not including a nose or something. Like,
what would be hilarious is if that's just a picture of like one character in a group of characters, and we never actually interact with that character, and it's just a snapshot. Like the artist department created a Ferengi, and we'll never have a speaking role, and we'll never know like what that character is. I could totally
be worse. That would be worse.
I could totally see that happening.
This is one of the 5 times in the first minute they said they wanted to remind you that she's the captain. Captain.
She even tweeted it out too. Like, guess who the captain is? And I'm like,
guess who the captain is? Captain. Okay, we get it. I like the makeup on this. The chick she's talking to, though.
Is that a Cardassian? Did I miss that?
Yeah, it has to be.
Well, I don't know. Definitely the ridges aren't very.
Oh, okay. Uh-oh. Did we just discover something? Jesus.
I mean,
that
she almost looks like
I went to type in
Voyager.
Kardashian and it auto-corrected Kardashian.
Kind of has that Kardashian look like a Seska almost from Voyager.
Oh, yeah.
Not as pronounced.
Yeah, okay. Oh, you're totally right. Look at this.
Right?
Wow. Okay, here. I got a close-up.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's kind of what she looks like. But Seska's ridges changed a lot. I know she went through a lot of, like, she went from like a Bajorian to Cardassian or whatever.
There is not a lot of good images here. Well, look at this image.
question everybody's going to have is, why does Shane not have to get up and use the bathroom after drinking so much liquid during the show?
I just peed my pants. I have no problem with it. All right, so that's Seska, right?
Seska, yeah.
And here is Memory Alpha's description of a Cardassian. This is from Memory Alpha.
Okay.
When
Seska was definitely Cardassian. Okay.
When they have a picture, when they show a picture of what Cardassians look like, that's the picture they show.
Okay.
And that's her, and that's Seska.
Yep.
And that's her.
Yeah. I think it's Cardassian.
Yeah, it's definitely Cardassian.
So we got a Cardassian. I don't know if anybody broke that down yet.
No, that's it doesn't look like some of these other Cardassians, like maybe the female Kardashians, Jesus.
The Kardashians.
Maybe the female Cardassians have less pronounced features.
I think so.
Yeah, that must be the case.
You don't get to see a lot of them.
Yeah, because that's a female and she's less pronounced, and and this is Seska, less pronounced, and there's our boy, way more pronounced.
You look, yeah, that's the way you think of it. I mean, if you're trying to like attractive up a Cardassian, you want to give him less ridges.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do like
to make it believable.
I like the makeup.
They had to make it believable that Seska and Chakotay could be together.
Yeah. I mean, Seska wasn't bad looking.
Well, that's because they made
her look less like Garrus. That's why.
Yeah, exactly.
Although Garrus's personality was attractive to me.
And I agree with Atheist for the Cause. I don't have a problem with the changes on the Cardassian if it is less ridges.
Yeah, as long as the ridges, but as long as the basic features, like right there, are there, they can be less pronounced because even humans have less pronounced features. Some of us have big noses or big lips or big ears or whatever.
Mm-hmm. If it's Ferengi human, is that stepping on the toes of Spock too much? Tell us more about that one, Atheist.
Because he was a half breed.
Well, I mean, Spock's.
I feel like if it's Ferengi human, there's too much Ferengi in there.
Well, we got Klingon human with B'Elanna.
Yeah, and she wasn't as pronounced, right?
Right, her ridges were not as pronounced. So it kind of makes sense. I mean, if this was human Ferengi, maybe, I guess.
Hey, Captain. Oh, dude, this what's her name? What's this woman's name? I keep forgetting.
It's true that Ferengi really did like.
What's this woman's name again?
Oh, Tig Notaro.
Tig Notaro. She's looking very dapper in that uniform.
But she looks much older. I don't know.
She does look older. Yeah. Well, she's probably just older.
She is, but it hits us all differently.
Yeah. The uniforms look great. Like, they look phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a positive on that one. I still hate the fact that the ship does the spore drive thing, but that's cool.
I mean, whatever. We got to get past that now. My problem is the fact that the nacelles aren't connected.
Do they show it like that?
Yeah, you'll see it right now. You'll see the angle where it shows that nacelles are literally not connected to the ship. Dude, if you're going to disconnect anything, fine, but not the nacelles. Anything else can be disconnected and be like this floating memory metal, whatever. But the nacelles, there it is. Ready? Up, clear shot of them not connected.
Wow, you're right. Maybe it was a mistake.
That is the silliest thing ever. Why is the rest of the ship connected but the nacelles?
Maybe it's a mistake, bro.
Why not make the saucer section like, I don't know.
Maybe the art department messed up here.
Like they green screen the wrong thing?
Or like maybe, yeah, like they legit something's wrong because it doesn't make any sense. How would the nacelles push the ship?
No, bro, that's the way the ships are in season 3 is like they can like change their shape.
Oh, I see.
Like they can reconfigure themselves to have a different shape if they need to.
Oh, so they're like Transformers.
Yeah, I guess. The one of the main characters, Booker, whatever his name is, his ship had that ability and it was really cool. But you didn't know where the engines were, so like you didn't really care that much. You just thought it was a cool feature.
Yeah.
When they updated the Discovery to do the same thing, you're like, first off, why? But secondly, why the nacelles? The nacelles it's like taking the engine out of your ship, out of your car, and acting like it doesn't make any sense.
I mean, unless there's some sort of force that is strong enough to attach the nacelles to the main body of the ship.
Maybe make the thing have that feature, but it still needs to be connected. Like maybe they reconfigure, but they still connect back to the ship. Like it's got to be connected to the ship, you guys. This is the engine, okay?
Yeah.
It's the literal engine that drives the ship.
Oh, okay. So the Spock Ferengi thing, Atheist says, because that's what makes Spock special, and we went through the issues of the hybrid species already, so might cheapen the importance of Spock's story. Well, that's an interesting point. But I think we have had so many other characters that were, human alien hybrids that at this point it probably doesn't take away from Spock. I don't think.
That's fair.
Yeah, that is a good point.
That's fair. Okay. Well, you guys, let us know what you guys think. Go watch the actual trailer. And comment.
Wait, go back to that part right now. There?
Where?
Where she blinks her eyes right there.
Which part? That part?
Oh, no, right where towards the end where she's blinking her eyes.
Okay, hold up.
On the bridge.
That guy's imaginary or a person. I'm not sure. I don't know what his pronoun is. Yep.
I'm the captain. Keep going.
Oh.
I'm the captain, season 4. One more time.
Yeah, let's try it one more time, right?
I'm the captain, season 4. Love it.
Man. Yeah.
Oh, Atheist says he's excited for Strange New Worlds. Me too, man. Me too.
So am I. Oh, there's a new Iron Man suit. That's the new Captain's Iron Man suit that she wears. And they do the
what's going on there?
I don't know.
It's the American flag.
Yeah. That's not the American flag. They're folding it like the way you would fold an American flag.
I mean, I see stars and blue, so that's what I was thinking.
I think it's the Federation flag.
And they're giving it to a Vulcan.
So maybe someone
It's a Cardassian giving it Vulcan.
This is what happens at funerals for soldiers. In the United States, soldiers when they die, the flag is folded in that way. It's a special way, and they're usually handed to the parents or the wife or whatever, the next of kin of the fallen soldier, and it's an honor. It's very odd that this is taking place.
Well,
1,200
let me
years
ask
in
you
the
a
future.
question. During season 3, did it show that the Cardassians were part of the Federation in the future?
No, this is new.
So this is a new thing for season 4.
Yeah, this is absolutely new.
So Cardassians became part of the Federation. Okay.
Man, the Ferengi apparently, or whatever, the hybrid.
Oh, the Ferengi. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, there it is again. See? Look at that nacelle, bro.
That's weird. They're going to have to explain that.
That is so weird. That's so weird. It doesn't make no sense.
Well, maybe they'll explain it.
I mean, they did. It's the memory metal thing, bro. They already explained it in
explain
season 3. Yeah, they upgraded the ship like Booker's ship so that it can reconfigure itself. They don't actually ever reconfigure itself. It just.
So is the memory metal as powerful as regular metal?
I don't know if it's. I might be speaking. I might be not saying the right thing. It might not be memory metal, but basically, the metal of the ship can reconfigure itself to different shapes. Like it can. And all the ships have this like thing where like parts of the ship are disconnected and like connected via like magnets or whatever. I don't know.
Well, we do have to consider that there is no resistance in space. So
the engine needs to be attached to the ship, Shane. I don't care.
What I'm trying to say is if this metal that you can't see that's there, it wouldn't need to be extraordinarily strong to stay, to move the ship. I mean, think of solar sails and things. The ship still moves. Anyways, maybe I'm just trying to help you out here.
Yeah, it's like it was like a pointless change. Like they want to upgrade the Discovery. I get it, but that was the wrong upgrade. Like they could have upgraded in ways that made actual sense. Like the worst thing you can do to upgrade a ship in Star Trek or any ship is to take the engine out of the ship.
Okay.
And it seems like common sense to me. It feels like all the people working on the show, no one considered that the idea of the engine not being in the ship anymore, no one considered that to be absurd. Like, out of all the people working on the show, no one's like, hey, but why the nacelles? Why not this part of the ship? Why not that part of the ship? Why not make it so that, you transported to different parts of the ship instead of used a Jeffries tube or something? I don't understand. Maybe the saucer section isn't connected to the engine. And when you went to a room like in Atlantis, it just like transports you into the next room,
Yeah.
Like in Stargate Atlantis. That's what Stargate Atlantis did, right? And it wasn't an elevator. You went into the elevator, quote unquote. You press a button and it would actually transport you to the next elevator, right? That would make way more sense. And then now you can have the saucer section not connected to the ship or not connected to the engine portion. But the actual engines aren't attached to the ship.
Okay. So this is what I looked up in the nacelles in Memory Alpha. It says here, by the 31st century, Federation starships were being designed and constructed with detachable nacelles. An example of a class with detachable nacelles was the Intrepid class Discovery. In 3189, as part of USS Discovery's retrofit, detachable nacelles replaced the older style nacelles. This upgrade improved the starship's maneuverability and enabled her to become more efficient in flight. It would be cool if they explained how that's possible or why it improved. It doesn't say that though.
I feel like taking the engine out of your ship would not improve it. I don't know. It just bothers me because now I have to see it every time I see the stupid ship, and now they've made it canon. That's how ships work, but without actually explaining how it works. And like, this is Star Trek. Like, you explain how things work in Star Trek. It's not a fantasy, it's science fiction, not Lord of the Rings or whatever, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I get you. I was trying to look up for you to maybe try to, I think it's out here. I do think you can actually get an answer. It says detachable nacelles. From an obvious structural standpoint, the biggest change to USS Discovery are detached nacelles, which Captain Saru says improves maneuverability and will allow Discovery to be more efficient in flight. Detachable nacelles are an eye-popping innovation that's apparently now standard in 32nd century Starfleet ships, and they seem to be held together with the starship's body via force fields. There you go.
How do they provide? All right, force fields hold them together. But how are they actually providing what they need to provide to the ship in order for the ship to move and be powered? How are they providing that?
How do they get how does that run through the ship to the nacelles?
Yeah, how are the nacelles provided? Is it moving all of that through the imaginary force fields?
No, it must just be the nacelles must be operational upon themselves.
So here's you go. Ready? I'm gonna innovate the best possible thing in the 31st century as a villain who wants to kill Federation ships. I'm gonna design an EMP that disrupts force fields, and they'll be completely incapacitated.
That's
just
true.
like that.
Oh, that's true. That is interesting.
I don't have to destroy the ship. I don't gotta make a weapon. I just gotta press a button. Boom, well, they can't move. They have no power, nothing.
A better question would be, how does having those types of nacelles make the ship more efficient and more maneuverable? That's what I would wonder. Like, in what way is that the case? Because you're right. If they did it because I can just see everybody sitting around in the writing room going, it would be cool if we could upgrade the ships. Yeah. And we could make it so the nacelles weren't even attached.
Oh yeah.
Right. And then we could write the end. We could say, force fields are holding on to those.
Force fields.
Like, whoa, right? And then and then somebody like, well, what about the science? Oh, don't worry about it. We'll just say force fields.
And Alex Kurtzman's in the corner just jerking off. Yes! Yes!
Oh, that's a visual I wasn't.
No science!
Well, so I don't know. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe there is some weird. Why would you? I don't know. I didn't see season 3, so you'd have to tell me.
Yeah, it's dumb. Moving on. We're talking about Scream. Scream.
Let's go through this one quickly because I feel like it's not something we need to spend a lot of time on.
Yeah. Why did you put it on the list then?
Because you put it in the news.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I thought, well, we all saw Scream, and I thought to myself when the last Scream movie came off, I'm like, all right, we never need to see this again. And then I saw this trailer and I went, oh, well, yeah, I guess this would be a good way to bring it back.
Yeah, and it uses the old characters, right?
It uses the old characters. They come back. It's like a Halloween. It's like what Halloween's doing right now with Jamie Lee Curtis. They bring back everybody. Nev Campbell comes back. Courtney Cox comes back. Courtney Cox's ex-husband, can't remember his name, comes back.
Yeah, I always forget his name too. So Becky's like, Mom's out of town again. You should come over here. Free dinner, many binge watch options. And Amber's like, have to do better. And then Becky's like, unlocked liquor cabinet. I was wondering, how are they going to do the whole thing? Like, the call is coming from inside the house.
Right.
How are they going to do that with cell phones?
I'm just surprised this person still has a landline.
Yeah, they brought back the landline, but they made sure that you knew that it was that it was a modern, film by making her start by using her cell phone, because there are still people out there that have landlines. Although I haven't owned one for almost 10 years.
Yeah, me either.
I haven't had a landline for 10 years. Our work doesn't have a landline.
No, yeah, you're right. I think I might not have had one.
One is Jeff
For real?
Bezos.
Why?
It's Jeff Bezos. They're using Alexa. They should have used the Google Home.
Oh, I was writing a script with I was writing a script about, it was called We All Fall Down. And it's basically these similar situation to Scream, but everybody's invited to like this place to get their grades changed in college. Right. And they all have bad grades or something's wrong with them. And they keep getting these notes to go to like these different places. Well, they end up in the forest. And when I was writing the scene for the bad guy, right, for the killer, it was a girl. The killer was a girl. And I was having a hard time writing the screen for the point of view of the camera, because I didn't want the audience to know if it was a guy or a girl, because there were both guys and girls in this group.
Right.
So it was kind of tough to get that right. And so movies these days, you can really give that away if you're not careful. And that to me looked like they gave that away.
Seemed like they had some pretty slight shoulders. They're a little shorter. Right. Yeah. I saw a movie once where the serial killer was a woman, was female, but the whole time we were actually, I remember watching it with my wife, and I wish I remember the movie. We kept thinking it was, my favorite Blumhouse movie. What's it called? Let me look up there. Happy Death Day.
Oh, Happy Death Day. Yeah.
We thought for sure the killer was a man, right?
Right.
And it changed in the second movie. But in the first movie, we thought the killer was a man for sure. My wife and I were watching it like, I love this movie. It's like my guilty pleasure. It's one of my favorite movies.
It's a really good one. Yeah.
And we thought for sure it was a man because of its height. And it was wearing this big baby head.
They did it on purpose.
Yes, and they did it on purpose. They purposely, and
The
it ended
roommate
up.
was a taller girl.
I'm sorry,
The roommate was actually a taller girl.
but she was a taller chick.
Yes.
Yeah, but you only saw her so briefly that you didn't
Right.
really put that together until the very end when they fought, and you realized that she was much taller. And you're like,
Exactly.
oh snaps!
Right. They did a good job with that one.
Very good.
That's how you do it.
And the soundtrack with the 50 Cent soundtrack was so good. When that chick finally realized that it's a time loop, and she's like, you know what? F it. She did so well. And the way she just tries to own the fact that she's like, I'm not even afraid of it. Let's just do this. Let's
Yeah,
figure
Blake
this
Lively.
out. So great.
Blake Lively's the actress. Yeah.
Oh, it's so great. Love that movie. I want to watch it right now. All right, moving on. Scream. I like how Scream is coming out right before Halloween. And by the way, I'm taking my kids to tonight to go costume shopping, right?
Yeah.
And I'm looking for the right place to go. And every website I go to, that Scream mask is just front and center, bro.
Oh yeah. That's a great mask, man.
Yeah.
Right there with the Jason Voorhees.
Right time to release. Oh, did you know the newest Halloween movie right now is streaming on Peacock for free?
What?
Yes.
No,
bro. Yes. I'm not crazy. I saw the ad on Roku, and I was like, how is that? That can't be real. It must be like an old version of Halloween. No, it's the newest Halloween. Halloween Kills is streaming on Peacock where it sits. And on Roku, it says in theaters and streaming on Peacock. And it's free.
Oh my God, you're right. Because it came out. Okay. Yeah. It's finally in theaters today, October 15th.
Yep. Yeah. And yesterday it was on Peacock. It was on Peacock a day before it was in theaters.
Wow.
There it is. Dude, how is Peacock so bad at this?
I'll tell you what. I'm okay with this. I'm only okay with it because it is Peacock and they're having problems.
No, I
They're
get
having
it.
problems getting people to sign up.
You know why they're having problems, Shane? How did no one know this was streaming on Peacock?
Whoa. Yeah. It came out literally 2 days ago.
No, I know, but they should have announced it 2 weeks ago.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. It didn't come out. They probably made a late call on it. They're probably poorly organized for their streaming service. That's why they don't have a big,
Yeah, it's weird.
but it was out there. I guess they just didn't do a good job. I don't think they've done a good job of marketing this movie. It doesn't, I haven't had I love the last movie and I should want to see this movie because it was a cliffhanger.
Did you really like the last movie?
I did. I liked it.
Or
They got
was it
in
member
basement.
berries that you liked?
It's got the member berries. It's got, the fact that Jamie Lee Curtis is fighting back and it ends in a cliffhanger that allows Jason to continue. Jason's Michael to continue.
That's fair.
So, and I thought it was interesting. So I definitely wanted to see the next one, but I don't know. For some reason, it just hasn't really grabbed me yet.
Yeah. Yeah, people don't know Peacock is NBC's streaming service. That's also true.
Yeah, it's not, they're doing a terrible job and it's very hard to navigate their system. I also have a huge complaint with Paramount Plus. The fact that I can't watch Discovery, like I fall asleep watching Voyager and then it'll play like a couple more episodes. Well, I want to go back, click on the thing and then just find my episode.
Right.
But you can't click on the front and say it'll allow you to continue, but you can't go find episodes from that screen.
Yeah, it's so dumb the way this works. It's so frustrating. I did the same thing with Lower Decks. I was trying to watch Lower Decks and it kept taking me to the most recent Lower Decks. It would not let me find an episode.
Right.
I figured out the way to do it. You start Lower Decks and then go up to the top if you're on PC and you click and you
what about TV?
I'll tell you right now. On TC, you have to click after you've started the most recent episode. You have to click the actual title to go to the titles page.
Right.
And on Roku, when you start the thing, press up on your remote, and it shows you the title, and then you can click that and go back. No one knows how to do it. My wife doesn't. My wife was watching Yosemite. She couldn't figure out how to do it. No one knows how. When you click, it should be like Hulu. When you click on it, it should take you to the whole episode list. It can show you the most current episode. But you should be able to select from there what to watch. It should not just immediately play the latest episode. That's so stupid.
I've had to go through and search for Voyager. Every time I want to watch, I got to go to the search bar, type in Star Trek Voyager.
Yep.
Then I can select my episode. So you're saying that, and I don't have Roku. So
try pressing up on your remote and
okay.
where usually where you find like the caption options and you'll see the title. You can click the title of the show and it'll take you to the titles page.
They need to fix this. They need to make their streaming services more user-friendly because, listen, frankly, we've been spoiled by Netflix
and Hulu. I mean, I don't even like the way Hulu lays its stuff out, but at least when you click on the show, it goes to the show. It doesn't start playing the episode.
I think Netflix is the model here.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, listen, guys. And I found this out. It took me like 20 minutes of frustration to find this out. And I have like a computer science degree. Like I understand how these things work. I can tell you how NBC's website was programmed. I can give me enough time. I'll make that streaming service. And it still took me 20 minutes to find out how to get to the damn page.
Crazy, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Alias Cause, right. By the way, Shane is finally becoming a fan of Voyager after all these years.
That's not true. I love Voyager from the beginning.
No. You're becoming a fan of like you're just trying to realize that Voyager is underrated. The other day you were talking to me about like I think Voyager might be I said better than I think it was.
No. I said I think Captain Janeway may be my favorite captain.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't talking about Voyager. Yeah, I think Janeway, by just watching her again, there are things about her that people don't like that maybe is not great, but she is definitely the most humanized and upholds Starfleet's ideals, I think, better than anybody else did.
Yeah, I agree.
I enjoyed, there's an episode, we were talking about it. My favorite episode, Inner Light, with Picard going through that entire lifetime thing. That is like my favorite episode. But I think my second favorite episode may be the episode where Janeway goes down to the planet. They're trying to get that warp plasma or whatever and they end up on this very militarized planet where, basically everybody gets captured. But Janeway, before she gets captured, some old dude like throws himself at the bad guys and then takes her away. Right. And so she wakes up and this demented old man is like trying to, thinks she's his daughter.
Oh, yeah.
And so they go through this whole thing where, she's like, look, hey, I don't know who you are. I'm not your daughter. He keeps saying his wife is locked up in the prison. Let's go get her. Let's go get her. So they go through this whole thing. Of course, they rescue everybody, and she goes to rescue his wife. And you come to find out that the man actually lost his wife and his daughter. It was very touching. It almost has, she has like a memory. She has a necklace that she remembers him by. It almost has that Inner Light ending where she's remembering that moment. And she actually is emotional over this man. Really good episode. If you haven't seen it, it's season 2. Can't remember the name of it, but you should go watch it.
Voyager's phenomenal. There's some stinkers in there, but still phenomenal.
There are, like the one a couple episodes later where Tom and Janeway end up having babies as lizards.
But I would argue the most scientifically accurate episode that everyone thinks is not scientifically accurate.
So the future of humanity is that we turn into salamanders.
No, if time is, so if evolution is what evolution is, right? If it's what science says evolution is, their environment, they are changing to evolve in their environment, right?
Okay.
I explained this to you. I'm not going to kill it here on the show because I still want to make a video about it. But it is scientifically accurate. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to stop right there. Let's talk about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Emily Blunt, Jungle Cruise, and analysis beads.
This story caught me so off guard. I mean, this is not a surprise that this would happen. Basically, what happened was Disney told Emily Blunt to stop talking about anal beads on Jungle Cruise press tour. She must have talked about it. I don't know how many occasions it was discussed, but it must have come up enough to where Disney had to be like, hey, knock it off. This is a Disney movie. As we all know, that Jungle Cruise had a roaring success, hauled in $212 million and is still bringing in the bucks.
Big bucks?
Yeah. And it looks like the A-list duo of Blunt and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson had an absolute blast on the press circuit, regularly ripping into each other for laughs. However, in a new profile by Johnson and by Vanity Fair, The Rock revealed that the Disney PR team were urging them to stop taking things so far when they were promoting the family-friendly blockbuster. Johnson says, I can't tell you how quick we got those calls. We really love your chemistry and what you guys are doing, but can we dial it back a little bit on the anal beads?
Imagine getting that call from Disney. Hey, Dwayne. Hey, man, love what you're doing. It's really great. Like, you guys have so much chemistry. I'm very happy with it. Also love Emily. She's doing great. But, hey, man, can you do me a favor? Can we dial back the butt sex stuff? I mean, a little bit. Just, like you're at like an 8. Let's bring it down to like a 4. Okay.
4, or maybe just like not a 0. Maybe we don't talk about it.
Maybe just not talk about butt stuff.
Can you imagine being that person that had to call him and tell him that?
Oh yeah, I would have loved to have been that person just so that I have that story. Yeah, listen, guys, I had to call Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and ask him to stop talking about NA beads. Oh yeah, I just say butt beads.
It's right? Definitely something that it doesn't need to be heard by fans.
Although I got some visuals, by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, they're going to fuel my memories for a while.
Yeah, that makes most sense to you. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Emily, but I guess that's not what just happened, right?
Oh, there. Yeah, I know. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. I meant Emily, not
There's no more to that story than
not that. Dwayne, Emily. Damn it.
Yes, you need to work on this.
Although, by the way, Emily Blunt as Sue Storm. Can't wait to see that. That's a whole nother story, though.
Oh, is that happening?
That's apparently it's happening.
Oh, we need to do a story on that.
Another time.
Ready for that next
Oh
week.
my God! Look at this light. All of a sudden, I have light. Look at this. Oh,
Look better.
oh my goodness! I look beautiful. I have light and the camera's in focus. All right,
It's like magic.
let's move on, man. Yeah, there's really nothing else to that story other than someone.
That was it. That was it. I had to do that.
Had to do it. All right, let's talk about Antman's shock. I can't say it. Shocking cameo. And I don't know. Is this like a play on words or something?
Shocking cameo. Though here's the rumor. I'm just going to go ahead and break it down to you. The name of the movie, the Phase 4 movie, is Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Okay, like the quantum universe, right?
Like the what?
Quantumania, like the quantum
Oh,
universe.
the quantum universe. I think
Yeah.
it said quam.
Quantumania is what they're calling it, which is a dumb name.
Quantum.
How about just call it Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantum Universe?
Yeah.
Why does it gotta be Quantumania?
Yeah, because no, they want to be special. Here's the deal. I'm also tired of every movie ever just putting quantum in front of anything that's supposed to be science fiction. Jesus.
Quantum Leap.
Everything is quantum. The quantum dilator. You're like, well, what?
Quantum
The?
Zone. Yeah.
Quantum butt plug. You're like, oh, what?
Oh, that's not even a movie. Maybe it is.
It probably is. All right.
So what's the news? New Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania casting detail suggests that none other than Ghostbusters and Lost in Translation star Bill Murray
What?
will appear in the upcoming MCU film.
Hell
A
yeah.
posting. Go ahead.
I said, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I will watch anything. Anything you give me. Bill Murray. Anything. I'm not sure why you said the only two movies he's made are Ghostbusters and Lost in Translation.
That's why I stuck. This is what the inverse.com said. And I was like, Groundhog's Day, Stripes.
There's so many. There's so many movies that you could have said Ghostbusters and any other movie but Lost in Translation.
Like Lost in Translation was an okay movie, but like that's not the movie you go, oh, that's a Bill Murray movie.
I mean, yeah, it would have been better if you said, like, honestly, Groundhog Day is pretty much, but also maybe he also made that summer camp movie. I'm forgetting right now what it's called.
Why don't you just say like the Royal Tannenbaums or something?
Yeah, he's done so much.
That was not good.
How about Zombieland? Zombieland. That's recent.
He was in it. You're right. As Bill Murray. So here's the information. A posting on Mandy.com. That's an interesting website. Mandy.com lists actor John Townsend as being a photo double for Bill Murray on a project called Dust Bunny. The production title for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. So Dust Bunny is, if you guys don't know this, that a lot of times, so they don't give away what's happening in a movie, they will actually use a production name for the movie. And in this case, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is called Dust Bunny. And apparently Bill Murray had a photo double for the Dust Bunny, which means he's in this flick. There are no other details given, but that's pretty good. If that's the case, if Dust Bunny is the production name for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and this is indeed the case, then that means that Bill Murray is in the movie.
That's awesome. I just watched Ghostbusters with my kids. The original Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Bill Murray is so fantastic in that movie. There are so many times that I broke out laughing. My kids were laughing, all because of Bill Murray. I didn't realize, I knew he was great, and I knew that he was a big part of Ghostbusters, but it's been 25 years since I watched the movie. So I watched the movie again with my kids, and I'm realizing the humor that he brought to that film was, in fact, it was the majority of the humor was brought by Bill Murray, even though Dan Aykroyd was in it. Sorry, I had to cough. So many little things, like when they were walking up the stairs, he starts to go first, and he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, actually, you should go first. Like you go before me." And like different things, like when he called Sigourney Weaver's character when she was floating, and
oh yeah,
and so Huh?
A lot of that was ad-libbed too.
Right. He all those ad libs though. When he was talking to the inspector,
Yeah.
like that, that entire scene was ad lib because like it was so Bill Murray, and it was hilarious. My 10-year-old, not even understanding half the references, were laughing at simply the reaction. Like the Bill Murray's his reaction to everything was enough to make her laugh. This movie is as old as I am.
Right.
And my kids, my 10-year-olds, are laughing their butts off at this actor from 35 years ago.
Right. No, it's true because he's still funny.
He's so funny. It was so good.
I love him in Scrooged.
Huh?
Did you ever see Scrooged?
Yes, love
With
that
Andy
movie.
McDowell?
Been a
Yeah.
long time. I might go back and I might have a Bill Murray run. Meatballs. That's what it was called, right? Meatballs.
Meatballs was funny, but it wasn't a great Bill Murray movie. It's just like one of those introduction movies,
Right.
No, Bill Murray was great, and if he's in Ant-Man and the Wasp, that's just going to make it that much more interesting to watch, especially because they're going to be exploring the quantum universe, which, frankly speaking, I'm not even sure how they're going to do that. Like, what's that?
The quantum universe.
What is that? How are they going to do that? It's an endless possibilities as to how they can do that.
Isn't the quantum universe like sorry, fix my camera. Isn't the quantum universe like that's like the super small universe, right?
Yeah, it's tiny, right? Yeah, it's below microscopic or whatever.
That's stupid.
Yeah, it's set to hit theaters
Why isn't it called the micro universe?
because it's smaller than micro.
Okay.
Yeah. It's less than microscopic.
How about atom universe? Atomic universe.
I'm not, I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I know enough about it to make a good I'm not sure I understand.
Like
But
the atomic universe. I don't know. Yeah.
Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is set to hit theaters on February 17th, 2023. So we have plenty of time to talk about it. A year and several months.
Do they have quantum consciousness? Atheist says Deepak Chopra.
Ooh, good one. Good one.
Bill Murray has a unique type of humor with his tone and sarcasm. Yes. Yeah. And it's so unique, even though my kids don't even fully understand the references from 1985, they were laughing because his delivery is funny.
Right.
It's really funny, his delivery. When my kid, my youngest daughter, they're twins, but one's younger, Lana, laughing her butt off when he asked the guy to go ahead of him into the scary cloud city with Gozer or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And when he calls her like they were like confused as to what Gozer's pronouns were. They're like, is it a her or a he? Is like, I don't think, and actually I think it just felt, it takes whatever form it wants. And he goes, okay, so this metal chick, and my kid starts bawling laughing like it's the funniest thing she's ever heard in her life, because this whole setup, my kids were they are in 2021. Comedy is not as good as it used to be, and I don't want to sound like a boomer here, but it wasn't, because now comedy is microwave comedy. It's instant. Here's the joke. Here's the punchline. Everything's a 30-second Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, or Vine. But this joke that he had like a 7-minute setup where they were talking about it, and then they were walking up the stairs, and the reaction time, and when it came off, it had this big long setup. My kid is not used to a joke that requires a setup. So she's sitting there watching this movie, and when they finally deliver the joke, which wasn't even that funny per se, but because she has been so starved of real comedy that when they finally delivered the punchline, she thought it was the funniest thing she's ever heard in her life.
Well, yeah, she got to hear the word chick, which you just can't say anymore. And that probably said, that's something you don't hear, and it's kind of funny.
I say chick all the time.
Oh, well, that makes more sense now.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's cool. Can't wait to see Bill Murray. Yeah, as much as I'm like sort of turned off on Marvel Universe right now, like I said, I'll watch anything with Bill Murray, and I'll watch anything with Paul Rudd. And if you put Paul Rudd and Bill Murray in the same movie, then take all my money.
Oh, all right. I'll gladly do so.
All of it. All of it. All right, we're going to talk about D&D Vox Machina. What is this? The things you write down here.
I know. I'll read the headline, and it's not going to help you anymore. Inside Critical Role's growing D&D fantasy empire and the making of The Legend of Vox Machina for Amazon. A lot of people don't know a lot about this, but I feel like our fans may know it. Critical Role is a streamer,
A Twitch.
I guess, Twitch, where they it started way back in March 2015. Critical Role had its first public showing in a live stream event from a dimly lit studio in Burbank. Eight players sat at a table immersed in a Dungeons and Dragons role-playing game for nearly 3 hours. Okay, so if you know what Dungeons and Dragons are, yes, there's movies, yes, there's video games, but Dungeons and Dragons was created out of basically excitement of Lord of the Rings when it was originally done.
Yes.
And a game was created, a role-playing dice game that you create, you fantasize, you make up, you create characters. Books were created to make these characters. It's a very involved, complicated, intensely, what's the word? Like making up fantasy. What is it? What am I thinking of here? It's fantasizing, right?
Yeah, it's fantasy. It's like, so you have
Yeah.
If you don't know what it is, you have a dungeon master, and that guy is basically telling you the story, and you're playing a character, and you roll your dice, and the dice determines your actions, and you sort of role play like, oh, I rolled a 7, so I'm gonna do this. So roll your dice, and that's gonna be determined on your health or mana or whatever, right?
Okay, let's do a really quick one for everybody. Okay, really fast. I'll be the dungeon master, and you be the character.
By the way, as much as I think D&D is really cool, I personally hate it because I have zero imagination. But
okay,
please.
well let's give him a little bit of a thing here. Okay, what's your character's name?
My name is Olaf.
Okay,
The Stormbringer, and I'm a 2-headed ogre.
okay.
One is a fire-breathing, smart, intelligence-based head, and the other is sort of dumb, and it breathes ice, and they're constantly fighting because they don't know that they share the same body.
Yeah, that's not one of the characters you can roll up, but okay. Let's just
Olaf.
say Olaf. Okay,
The Stormbringer.
so here we go. So Olaf.
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, Olaf, you wake up and you're in a room. You're laying
What's a room?
on a bed made of, no, you're not supposed to act out. You're supposed to listen.
Sorry, go ahead.
Olaf, you wake up. You're laying on a bed made of hay. You look around the room. On the right, you see a door. In front of you is a chest of drawers. And on the left is a peg with a hood on it. What do you do?
I open the drawers.
Which drawer do you open? There are 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I open drawer 5.
You open drawer 5. And what comes out? This bat comes out, stabs you in the neck. You're dead. Game over. Nice try, man. That's it.
Yeah.
Game's over.
And so if the dungeon master has a problem with you in this game, it's gonna be a hard game.
Well, that's true. So the dungeon master has to be it's actually a good game because the dungeon master has to be fair. I used to have a friend that would take a bunch of dice, and every time I made him mad, he'd just roll the dice. He goes, roll the dice down, that you're dead. I'm like, dude, that's not cool. Come on, knock it off.
Right. So that's my problem is the couple of times I've tried to play this, I played with DMs that don't know how to be DMs.
But if you play it with a good DM that knows what they're doing, it can be a lot of fun.
And maybe you're right. I have never had that experience yet.
So yeah. So what you can do is you can go back. Now, what happened is Critical Role, which is this team, friends of people who decided they want to play D&D together, got this hair up their butt to go and stream it, their campaigns. And a campaign is basically you start out from the beginning with your character and you go through this entire world that's been created, a campaign to go on an adventure, and you go through all of these things.
Oh my God, bro. I'm sorry I just cut you off, but Atheist just said, dang, I want to play with Shane being DM.
Thank
Shane,
you.
we need to do a Twitch stream, a YouTube stream, not Twitch.
Okay.
Screw Twitch. A YouTube stream where we
Okay.
play with viewers Dungeons and Dragons, and you're
Okay.
the DM.
All right.
We need to do that
I mean, we could do it. We'll figure it out. We'll talk about it.
because you would be an amazing DM, and
Okay.
you have the voice for it, bro.
I could act out the characters. Okay, cool.
Yes. Yeah, Avius, are you down to be a part of this? Let us know in chat. Sorry, continue.
Okay, so we'll keep going. We'll talk about that's an interesting idea though, because you've never really played. Good.
Never, yeah.
And so I think it would be a great experience. And I've been trying to get my kids to do it for years. I have all the books, dude. I got all the DM books. I got Player's Handbook. I got Monster. I got all of them.
Avius said, great character for teaching new people, Brian, straight off the book.
Right. So if you want to know what it is, though, if you want to get if you've never heard of it or never done it, never been a part of it, you need to check out these guys. So basically, it's been 6 years now. They took a risk. They decided to do this. They did D&D, streamed it. 6 years later, they are still doing it. The show has produced more than 1,000 hours of improvisational gameplay, over 251 episodes across 2 D&D campaigns. And it's gearing up to launch a year-long campaign 3. They spend a whole year doing a campaign. And it premieres on October 21st, on your birthday next week. They're going to launch their 3rd campaign.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And guess what? Cinemark is going to simulcast an episode at theaters nationwide.
That's cool.
This is so big. Like, we as people who do podcasts or streaming or create content, like, our dream is for this to happen, right? For you to get some sort of national recognition. Well, guess what? Next year, Critical Role will hit a new milestone. They're going to be releasing their first animated series on Amazon Prime Video, The Legend of Vox Machina, which is based on the first campaign they did. So that first campaign they did is being turned into a freaking cartoon, man.
That's awesome.
They did this work, and now somebody is, I mean, it's such a dream come true. Being in these guys' shoes must be amazing to have done something that you love and to have it be so popular that it gets turned into something that everybody can enjoy. I am totally impressed.
That would be and I'm not even a huge fan of Critical Role, but I have seen their stuff. That sounds like it's going to be awesome. And I'm very happy for them. Very happy for them.
Yeah. I mean, it's totally amazing. The project
and their content's unique. It's not like they're just taking some whatever's meta and making content out of it, you know?
Right. They did something totally different and people enjoy. I mean, listen, if you're going to watch somebody play a video game, if you're going to watch somebody play Minecraft, or you're going to watch somebody do it, why don't you watch somebody basically create a novel through the actions and it's like a pick your path novel, pick your page, or pick your, these characters are picking things, and based on what they pick is what's going to happen to them.
Yeah.
You don't know what the story is unwritten. You're writing a story with them, and to get to watch that, it's fascinating. So
fascinating.
It's fascinating.
Fascinating.
Anyways, so that's what's happening. You can more information on the show getting ready to come up. If you want to see these guys do their thing, it's Critical Role coming out next week, their 3rd season. You can go back and watch the first 2 campaigns to get an idea of how it all started, and then catch up to the 3rd one.
Awesome. Yeah. Cool, man. All right. Let's check that out, guys, and let us know if you guys want to be part of a live action Dungeons and Dragons theme where Shane is the DM and I am the dumb guy that doesn't know how to play.
Yes.
That sounds like so much fun.
It could be a lot of fun. Before we go to our members section, we have to have a bonus story.
Bonus!
You know what's funny? We've almost talked long enough for Tom to join us. Isn't this hilarious?
Yeah. I'm having fun. This is a more fun than usual stream for me. I don't know why.
You know why? Because we got so many topics.
Yeah, and maybe it's also we started early enough where I'm not like
exhausted.
Freaking exhausted. Because usually we start this, I'm like, oh my god, my kids are gonna be here soon. I'm like, oh yeah, and it takes me a while to get into it. But this time I was like, oh, I'm good to go. Now it's empty. Let's roll.
So once again, let us know if you guys like this time, starting at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, or do you need something later? I noticed that when we started earlier, we had folks in Germany who were able to watch the beginning of the stream. Yeah. So typically, I think when we start at 1, it's like middle of the night for our fans overseas.
We would also have more people Friday Night Tights is happening right now. Listen, I watch Friday Night Tights.
Yeah, that's true.
I get it.
Our goal was not to stream at the same time as Friday Night Tights.
That was such a bad coincidence.
Let's do this bonus story. We promised Squid Game. We got to talk Squid Game, right?
That's correct. We got to talk about some Squid Game. Yeah, what's up?
So Squid Game reportedly only cost Netflix $21 million from their massive piggy bank, that's what they paid to acquire it. And they hit the jackpot.
Clearly.
Because it is absolutely their number one most streamed, most watched show, and has got them an incredible amount. If you weren't already a Netflix fan, Squid Game became such a cultural iconic thing that people went out and got the service just so they could watch the show.
Wow. So they actually had signups because of this. Don't they already have like 300 million subs?
Yeah, Netflix has a ridiculous number of subs. But for comparison, Squid Game costs less for Netflix than The Closer, the controversial final 1 hour special from Dave Chappelle, which was a doozy. The company spent $24 million on that. They actually spent less money on Squid Games.
Wow.
Yeah, $2.4 million per episode, which, as we know, making television is actually really low.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right. Now we have said, and I love that Joseph Malazzi keyed in when we said this. I said, well, season 2, I tweeted this out on Twitter. Season 2 is going to cost them a whole lot more than that.
Oh yeah.
So Netflix is going to be shelling out the dough for season 2.
Yeah, but season 2 hasn't has it already aired over there?
I don't believe so. No, I don't know deeply. I don't know. It must have aired in South Korea initially and then went on Netflix, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or is Netflix in South Korea and they happen to buy it for Netflix South Korea and then showed it here as well?
I honestly don't know, Shane.
We'll find out for you guys.
Yeah, we should find that out though.
But regardless,
if there's a version, if there is already a season 2, I sort of want to watch it.
I don't believe there is, or else we'd be talking about it. People would.
True. That's true.
People would already be talking about what happened.
Someone would have dubbed it already. Yeah.
You want to know. I mean, you want to know what's going to happen next. I mean, obviously, for Squid Games to have a successful season 2, what is Squid Game? You did not just say that, atheist for the cause. He just said, "What is Squid Game?"
Atheist,
I'm going to assume you're
you just boot up Netflix and play Squid Games.
No, I think he's being tongue in cheek here. Oh. And it's 10, 12 in Germany. That's good. I was wondering how far ahead you guys were. 9 hours. Okay.
It took more than 10 years for, I'm not even going to try to say this guy's name. I'm going to ruin it. But 10 years for this person to get Squid Game made took 17 days and 111 million global fans to become our biggest series at launch. Wow.
That's crazy.
And the first to surpass 100 million when it premiered. Wow.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess Netflix is part of a $500 million investment in South Korean entertainment for the platform. And I got to tell you, it was a wise investment because the movie came out a couple of years ago. What was it called? Pesticide? No, what was it? It was, gosh, I can't remember. It was a really good movie. Parasite. That's it. Came out, was like really good movie, South Korean movie, really good movie. And so I think that Netflix has said, hey, there's some really great filmmakers in this country and they're breaking ground and we need to get on that. So kudos again to Netflix for being ahead of the curve on everything. They seem to really see things coming before they're
hold up. When you just buy everything, you know, that's pretty easy.
But let's the difference. Well,
were they ahead of the game when they bought all the Adam Sandler movies?
Lot of Adam Sandler fans, bro.
All right.
A lot of Adam Sandler fans, but South Korea, I mean, if you pick a country, there's so many countries in the world.
That's true. Yeah.
They said, boom, South Korea. So they're not just like, hey, South Africa, boom. They didn't just do that. They went, okay, South Korea.
They also bought a bunch of Brazilian stuff too. I had a hard time watching, even though it was like heist movies and I love heist movies.
Yeah.
But the characters were really just overacted and it was very hard to follow. The dub wasn't very good. It just didn't work for me.
Oh, the dub's the key, for us here anyways. So Squid Games is one of those things. It was fascinating. We want to know what's going to happen. They're obviously going to have to play games again. So the only reason this show works is because they're playing these games. And the drama in between it is fascinating, but the hook is a survival story.
Right.
So in order for season 2 to work, and for the main character who's obviously trying to go and like break up this organization, he's going to have to inadvertently be shoved back into games again, fighting for his life in order for it to be a successful season 2. Would you agree?
I agree. And you think they'll definitely bring the main character back?
Yeah, because in the last scene, he's got red hair now. He's about to board a plane, and I think he's going to visit his kid in America. And
ooh, what if there's American Squid Games?
It's possible, but on the phone they tell him just get on the plane. Just get on the plane and go away. Because he's considering staying and fighting him. So I think he's making this dilemma. Could it? Yeah, I guess it could happen. That obviously the show is made in South Korea, so I doubt it'll be an American version. But I have a feeling we'll get one more season probably on that island, and then maybe you'd see a new location in season 3 if it's continuing to do well.
Yeah,
it's gonna be hard without the old man, though. To be honest with you.
Yeah, he was great. Yeah, but what if there's what if there's a successor to that? Old man.
I mean, it would just have to be a good character. I fell in love with the character. The characters have to, and they did it in a dubbed sense with using dubbing, which never happens for me. I do not generally like dub movies.
Yeah, either do I.
And the fact that they were able to pull that off and make me really care about it was impressive. So I'd like to see that happen. Atheist for the Cause says, "I'm sorry, all my pop culture comes from you guys." Well, we'll have to talk more Squid Games for you, so you got that.
That's fair.
Thank you for saying that. We try to bring you the best. Yeah, so that's it. So Squid Games was cheap, and it won't be cheap next time. And season 2, we'll let you know as soon as that's coming.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna move over to the members section, right?
Yes, it is time. And welcome back, Kenneth LaRoque. He had to drive home from work, and he's joining us again, just in time for the members section.
But before we go right over there, okay. Unfortunately, we have to take a quick bathroom break. So
that is a good point. Yeah. So
I'm gonna pee my pants. So this is what we're gonna see right now. Shane and I will be back in like 2 minutes. Okay, guys. Okay. I'm gonna play some music. Just stick around for 2 minutes. We'll be right back.
And